Good evening, good afternoon, folks. How are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live for the FA Cup semi-final. We missed the other one yesterday. We missed the Southampton v Manchester City game. City turning it around late on, as I think we all kind of expected it would happen. Even when Southampton went 1-0 in front, I was still thinking, City are still going through here. But now we've got Chelsea and Leeds, and this one is maybe a little bit more evenly matched. Because Leeds have had a bit of a renaissance in the last few weeks, haven't they? They're flying. And Chelsea, if anything, have fallen to bits. They've got, 7 defeats in their last 8? It might even be 8 defeats in their last 9. I'm not sure. They've only got one win in that time, which is obviously the win over Port Vale. They've lost an awful lot of football matches recently, let's just say that. And Liam Rosenior lost his job as a result. And now we are in the position of Callum McFarlane, an academy coach, a coach who came through. He was managing the Manchester City academy. He went to Southampton and was managing their under-21s for a spell, and then he went to Chelsea and he's been managing their under-21s. He took charge of Chelsea in January very briefly, Callum McFarlane, when Enzo Maresca left, and I think he was in charge for the City game, wasn't he? He came in charge for the City game, and they played all right. Chelsea, they ended up getting a draw in that one away at City, and fair play. That's not a bad start for your career. You start you've got Manchester City, and now you're doing the FA Cup semi-final. This is for a guy who's got no coaching badges at all, by the way. That's another factor at play here. Callum McFarlane, 0 coaching badges. Not qualified as far as UEFA are concerned. But he is an experienced under-21 coach, and he has come in to guide Chelsea through this period. Apparently till the end of the season. They're not planning to make an appointment, Chelsea, to the end of the season, which seems like they've kind of written this season off, and anything that Callum McFarlane gets between now and the end of the season is going to be a pure bonus. So yeah, if they go out tonight, then the realistic... There's 4 games. Chelsea are just going to ride it out. 4 games to the end of the season. It's probably not going to be pleasant, and then they will appoint someone in the summer. Seems silly to appoint a manager now. But anyway, how are we all doing in the chat? How are we all feeling? We'll get into all that, of course. It's a massive game at Wembley. Leeds, huge opportunity for them to reach an FA Cup final. Chelsea, an opportunity for them to salvage their season, you would think. But a really, really good game ahead, I think. I still fancy Leeds, I've got to say. Not just on recent form. I think Leeds at Wembley, they'll make a real good game of this. So I'm going to go for Leeds to win. Are we all doing in the chat? K Diaries, good to see you. City of Northville, excellent as always. Jason Parker, normal guy, all boxed up. Leeds fan, if both teams turn up and play as most recent form suggests, then Leeds should win, but it's a cup match and a win has to be earned on the day. Exactly right. Yes, absolutely right. Finners, Matty, how's it going? Did you watch the Coventry game? I did, yep. 3-1 winners over Wrexham. It was 1-1 for a long time, wasn't it, that game? PDM really hoping for the Leeds win today. City to lose the final and Calvert-Lewin to score the winner. Big Dom Calvert-Lewin. We'll go through the teams in just a moment, because there are some fascinating picks for both teams. Some surprising names in there, I have to say. But we'll go through that in just a moment if you've not seen them. Just want to say hello to everyone everyone over on TikTok. How are we doing on TikTok? Let's have a little look at the TikTok chat. Hi, Sarah. How you doing, lovely? Callum, ich liebe Bayern Munich. Das English team ist Everton. Hallo. Sprechen die English? I don't know, mate. I have no... Sprechen die Deutsch very poor. I don't know. I don't know what to say anything in German. I'm sorry, mate. I really apologise. Afternoon, everyone. Nothing like a good semi-final. No, nothing like a good semi. Right, what are we saying, chaps and chapettes? Johnny, how's it going, lad? Nigel, shut up. Chelsea rules. You talk shit. Nigel's put me in my place early doors there. He's absolutely done me. Scott Redmond Leeds to win. What a brew. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Do you still think it's going to be Leeds who go through? I do, yes. I do. I think Leeds. Don't worry, I talk English. Thank God for that. Thank God for that, mate. Chris Flaherty, Isaac. Yes, Isaac. We love him. If Man City lose the Premier League and the FA Cup final, would that be classed as a bottled season? I know it'd be a poor season for Pep standards. No, I don't think so. I think to bottle anything, it's got to be something that you're in control of, right? It's got to be something that you have broad control over. And yeah, do City have control over the Premier League title race? No, I don't believe they do. They've only got back into it as a result of Arsenal throwing it away. So I don't believe that City have bottled anything. I think if they were to lose the FA Cup final, yeah, that would be a bottle job. But they've won the Carabao Cup. I don't think they bottled the Champions League. So you could say maybe they bottled the FA Cup. Would it be a disappointing season? Possibly for City. Maybe, again, broader context, I think that City are going through a bit of a transition, same as Liverpool are. Whereas I think Arsenal are kind of their absolute peak. Lorna, how's it going? Hope Leeds win today. I think most of us are. Yeah, most of us are. What a brew. Did you watch the National League yesterday? Couldn't believe my eyes. Yes, I watched it live. We did a live watch-along of Rochdale and York. It was unreal. How's it going, Will? I've seen Fabregas is in with a shout of the job at Chelsea. Can't understand why, though. I mean, I think it's probably because of how well he's done at Como and the fact that he's linked with Chelsea via playing many years for the club. So I would imagine it makes sense, doesn't it? He knows the club well. Hiller, poor team for today. Palmer must have a small injury since not included. Yeah, let's go through the teams. So the teams are a peculiar, I'll say that, very peculiar team selection. Robert Sanchez in goal for Chelsea. It's Gusto, Chalobah, Tosin Adrabayo and Cucurella. So Fofana and Hato drop out. They've then got Caicedo and Lavia in midfield with Enzo Fernandez alongside them, and then Neto, Garnacho and João Pedro. Neto, Garnacho, João Pedro. Palmer on the bench. Delap, Andre Santos, Champong, Hato, Fofana, Asugo, and Derry. Jesse Derry, young Jesse Derry, who we watched in the England under 18s or under 19s championships last summer. Did really well. For Leeds, it's Lucas Perry in goal. It's Pascal Strike with Jakob Bijol, James Justin, Omar Bogle, and Goodmanson. Sorry, Jayden Bogle, not Omar Bogle. Jayden Bogle, Goodmanson. And then it's Tanaka, Ampadu, and Aronson in midfield with Okafor just off Calvert-Lewin. Teams are on the right-hand side here as well, by the way. PDM, let's be honest, Arsenal 100% at the peak of their team with their experience and new players merging in. We just can't get over that line. I am hoping Arteta makes me wrong. I will stand by him, but from previous season, he just has not got it in him to win it. City of Northville, if I was Palmer, I would refuse to play for this lot for the rest of the season and just rest up for the World Cup. Feels like a lot of players are already in that space, doesn't it? My cousin is at the Dundee Derby right now. Ethan, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Who's in charge today for Chelsea? Who's in charge today for Chelsea is Callum McFarlane. Felix, what are you on about? Disappointing season for City, rubbish. No, I'm not. I never said it was a disappointing season for City. I was asked if it would be a disappointing season. Again, these people just don't listen, do they? They don't listen. They'll never get him, but Arsenal are rumoured for getting Kvaratskhelia. He'd be perfect for them. How are they getting... I don't know where Arsenal fans get off thinking they've even got a chance of getting these players. I'll level with you. You know, these players want to go to seasoned winners, and Arsenal... Listen, they might well be close to seasoned winners, but they're not actually seasoned winners, are they? Let's be honest. Only one team can bottle now. They've got exclusive rights to bottling. Johnny here. My prediction's 2-2 and Leeds to win it on penalties. 11-10. Lucas Perry scoring the decisive pen. Wow, that's a very precise prediction. Fair play. Great to see you, Johnny. Good to see you again, mate. Who do you think Chelsea's next manager will be? Iraola, Xavi, Jose come back? Rumours about Jose, isn't there? That's a really interesting one. Jose Mourinho back to Chelsea. Do we think that's a possibility? In fact, maybe that's a... I think that would break a record, wouldn't it? I don't think we've ever seen a manager manage the same team in the Premier League on 3 separate occasions. So I think Jose Mourinho would break a record there. Callum, ironically, Calvert-Lewin leaves Everton and goes to Wembley. Yeah. Finners Matty, do you think Coventry stays up next season? Think they've got a good squad, but not have much Premier League experience. I think they might need to do what Sunderland did. Well, we looked at that in the other day, didn't we? We looked and sort of how much each new team had to spend / invest. Let's say invest rather than spend, because then we get into the whole, well, they spent a little bit more. I think net spend matters, doesn't it? Net spend is important. And yeah, Burnley and Leeds invested around about 100 million quid to go up. And they have broadly across the season struggled, haven't they, in terms of, you know, competing. They've been in the relegation zone. Burnley will go down. Leeds have kind of only just pulled away in the last couple of games. But yeah, for a large part of the season, Burnley and Leeds have been down there. Sunderland, on the other hand, spent 150 million, invested 150 million. And that extra 50 million, I think, has bought Sunderland enough that they now feel they're now able to perform at a level in the Premier League that they don't have to worry about relegation. Noshua, do you reckon Slot stays? Do you want him to? Yes, Slot is absolutely going to stay. And yes, I do want him to. Yeah. Guinness, actually, Arsenal are seasoned winners. 3rd most in all of England. And I'm a Liverpool fan. I don't think you can say that, mate, when you've not won anything. Arsenal haven't won anything in 22 years, really. Certainly not anything that a player would care about. Like a top player. If you were to go out there and get a Kvaratskhelia, he ain't joining Arsenal for 1 FA Cup in the last 10 years. And you know, no titles, never won a Champions League. Like, you need a really compelling reason to join Arsenal, and I'm not sure Kvaratskhelia would. Johnny, Coventry did Hull and Derby a favour. Oh, massively so, yeah. And Wrexham have got another difficult game, haven't they, before the end of the season? Haven't they got, is it Ipswich Wrexham play final game? Anything is possible for Chelsea now. Shahid, how's it going? Hello, Keen, everyone in the chat. Looking forward to an exciting Leeds win. Let's hope so, mates. Please don't send Kvara to Arsenal. I'd be so mad. I love him. He's a fabulous player, isn't he? Sunderland also bought smarter names, though, like Xhaka, Mukiele, Reynildo. I mean, yeah, it's all with the benefit of hindsight, though, isn't it? I mean, you could look at Burnley signed players who were, let's say, Premier League proven. Ugachukwu had had a decent year before, and Florentino Luis was one of the best players in the Champions League for Benfica. You know, Broja was, to a degree, Premier League proven. You know, Burnley didn't sign terrible players. Leeds made some good signings. It's just, I think Sunderland bought more of them. I agree, though, they made better signings. We will win this game, says Neil James. You a Leeds fan, Neil? Karma came for Chelsea, says Taps. And Middlesbrough, yeah, Middlesbrough-Wrexham. That's going to be a difficult final game. Middlesbrough at the Stoke Keras for Wrexham last game. Jar says Fenerbahce or Galatasaray. Honestly, I'm not mad on either, but I guess I would say Fenerbahce. I'd probably lean more towards Fenerbahce than Galatasaray. But I've got shirts for both. I have got shirts for both. I reckon Sunderland go down next season. Really? And Rodri, KK, are you worried that United are back? No, not at all. Why would I be worried that United are back? They're on the same number of points as Liverpool, and we've had one of our worst seasons ever, mate. No, United, I don't think are back anywhere near back. No. Hey, they've got to win tomorrow, because if we beat them at Old Trafford next week, even if they win against Brentford tomorrow, Liverpool beat them at Old Trafford next week, we're in front of them. Neil, Chelsea fan, but I'm tired of this ownership. I still want my club to win. Mate, that's the main thing. Yeah, listen, and I do think Chelsea have got a great chance today, because Leeds haven't been terrific all season. I just think at this moment in time, it's just a weird sort of vibe for Chelsea. And Callum McFarlane coming in, obviously he did well last time he came in against City. Is he going to be able to really rally the troops? Shahid, Aston Villa, only derby match will be against Coventry since Wolves are relegated. And Finners Matty, Wrexham got Borough at home, Hull have got Norwich at home, and Derby have got Sheffield at home. Derby will beat Sheffield. Sheffield are all over the place at the minute. Chris Wilder was a weird appointment. Hull have got Norwich. Norwich will do Hull. So actually, do you know what? Saying that, I genuinely think Derby might sneak in. Imagine Derby sneaking at the last moment. What an unbelievable season that'll be if they manage to get it. I was watching Sunday Supplement earlier, and they were that Man United could be selling 13 players. Listen, it's not just United. There's United. There's a whole host of, different teams and different. There's lots of clubs in the Premier League this season who are going to make massive changes, and Liverpool's one of them. Chelsea's probably another one. Louis Mobile says Chelsea to win from Thailand. Lots of love to Thailand, mate. Neil says, is there a chance we can get worse owners than we actually have? They're putting money into the club, not taking out as yet, but they have put us in debt. I mean, listen, you kind of have to remember that most clubs run with a degree of debt. There's literally 4 clubs. There's 4 clubs in the entire country who were profitable last financial year. Peterborough, Plymouth, Liverpool, and someone else. I can't remember who the 4th one was. It might have been Bournemouth. I think it was Liverpool, Bournemouth, Peterborough and Plymouth. I think they were the 4 clubs that were in profit last financial year. Everyone else was making a loss. And most clubs do have an element of debt. And most businesses, not just football clubs, businesses carry a degree of debt. Debt can be healthy from a business perspective, as long as it's serviceable. But yeah, I just think with Chelsea, the issue is not really the debt or how much debt you're in. It's really more that the football operation has been really poorly run. You've signed so many bad players. So many bad players. I reckon Chelsea will get Areola, Howe will get sacked in the summer, and Jose goes Newcastle. I don't think Areola goes to Chelsea. That would be a really bizarre move. I'd be a little bit disappointed if Chelsea got Areola. He's such a good manager, and apparently Chelsea only want to appoint a coach. Ethan, the nephew's dad, is a Leeds fan. Good lad, well, hopefully he gets a win today. City of North Hill, this is going to be a crazy off-season because no team has been as good as they want to be. Lots of moves to be made, exactly, yes. Johnny, just want to see Sheffield Wednesday win a home game and get to 0 points. It'd be a nice gift to all the Wednesday fans. Yeah, I really hope they do before the end of the season. Liam Vernon, how's it going? Good to see you, mate. 3 stars says, I don't mind Derby getting promoted, but I've been sitting outside in the sunshine all morning. You feeling a bit lightheaded? Finners Matty, are you doing a championship final day game? Possibly, yes, possibly. WTF Celestial, I was most upset when Slot let Carvalho go to Brentford last season. Yeah, he has done wonderful at Brentford since then, hasn't he? He's done wonderful things. City of North Hill, Chelsea's biggest issue is the debt they took out required them to upgrade their stadium. They needed more seats and they have made no progress on that. Yeah, I mean, well, this is why I said it has to be serviceable. I think if it's a serviceable debt, the question is that debt serviceable if Chelsea are now out of the Champions League, probably having to make significant losses on players. And that again comes back to running of the football side of things. A lot of clubs run with debt and it's unhealthy in a lot of circumstances, but it's also very healthy in other circumstances. It's totally fine that clubs have a degree of debt, and most clubs do. Most clubs run at a loss pretty much every year. LJ, hi guys. Have you seen Todd Bowley being mocked by 442s? It was funny. No, but I've seen a few AI mock-ups of him throwing Liam Rosenior through windows and things like that. Taylor, very nervous. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. I think Leeds are really up for this one. Bang up for this one. Bowley and Blueco, probably the worst owners in the league. They'll be out by the end of the decade. Wouldn't be so sure. They know that Chelsea are very, very profitable organisation for them. A very profitable asset for them. Liam, hi Key, how's your weekend going? It's alright, mate. Yeah, it's not too bad, thank you. How's your weekend going? There's Eddie Gray. Christ, look how Eddie Gray didn't look any different than he looked when he managed Leeds. Leeds will win 2-0. Come on, Leeds! Come on, Leeds! That AI stuff is crazy. It's mad, innit? How can Chelsea build when they don't own their stadium? I don't know. That's been something they've been talking about for a long while, isn't it? Speaking of owners, though, at least no Prem club has a Chancery. That's a disgrace. Yeah, I mean, listen, there are bad owners, of course. Chancery was bad, is bad. Venkis wasn't brilliant. We've had Hicks and Gillette at Liverpool. And this is why you've got to, sometimes it is better the devil you know. Like Liverpool are protesting their owners at the moment, like FSG. Our owners get a lot of stick, but our owners have rebuilt 3 stands. They have rebuilt our entire training complex, made it like state of the art. During their time at the club, they've taken us from being like on the brink of relegation to winning multiple title, Champions League, things like you just can't fault them as owners. Yes, they've put ticket prices up and they've made some mistakes along the way, but generally speaking, the football operation has been bang on the money. Can't really fault FSG. They've definitely made some mistakes. They're not faultless owners at all, and I think there's a protest every other year against something off the pitch that they're doing. But generally speaking, I think they've been pretty reliable. And again, when you look over the fence at other owners we could have, probably not the worst ones. Roderick Key, who's your favourite Premier League player of all time? Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard, maybe Robbie Fowler. Yeah, it's Robbie Fowler. Yeah, it's Robbie Fowler. I am Crute. I've got a mate who's a Wednesday fan and it's not even funny now, laughing. Just feel sorry for him. Yeah, it's a bad time to be a Wednesday fan. God love him. I'd love to see Wednesday back in the Prem. But anyway, let's focus on the FA Cup semi-final. Chelsea Leeds. Here we go. Enzo Fernandez and Ethan Ampadu leading the two sides out at Wembley. Glorious day at Wembley. Look at that. Leeds fans giving it all the yellow scarves. And do you know what? The Chelsea fans, to be fair, there's a little display in that end of the Chelsea end. What's that? Oh, I think is there a banner from Chelsea fans? There may be a banner from the Chelsea fans about Blueco. Will think it's quite harsh, the protest against the club about the ticket prices. Inflation isn't fun. No, it's not fun. It's not fun, but it's also really divisive as well. There was a video that came out yesterday of Liverpool fans. I say Liverpool fans, a Liverpool fan, filming people in a queue, getting a drink in the stadium, like getting a drink and some food in the stadium at half-time, and calling them scabs and saying, like, I can't believe you're putting money into the club. Like, if you want food and drink, get it outside the stadium from other people. Don't give money to the club. All this sort of stuff. It's very divisive. LJ, Everton were hard done by yesterday, but we will be back. Maybe not next week against City, but we'll at least finish 11th. I hope we finish at least top 10. Bad day for Everton. That definitely was a penalty, by the way. That definitely was a penalty, I've got to say. Even as a Liverpool fan, that was a ridiculous decision. I don't quite understand how it wasn't a penalty. Liam Vernon, could this possibly go to pens? I think so. I think it is going to be a penalty shootout at the end. Roderick up the Leeds, good lad. Panashizda in the LFC game, which half did you enjoy the most? For me, it was the second. People were saying it was bad and point to XG. Oh, there'll always be XG divvies, mate. I think both halves were really good. I actually thought we played quite well in the first half, but yeah, good performance overall. Happy with that. Why do you think we've never seen the best players like Ronaldinho, Messi, Ronaldo in the Prem? Probably a combination of reasons. I would say tax is one. Tax is a big factor. We take a lot of money. I would also say just general culture, lifestyle. Like, it's cold, it's rainy. Brazilians and South Americans generally don't want to come and play in a cold and rainy country. Food's pretty terrible. It's expensive. I mean, that doesn't really matter to footballers, but, tax-wise, it probably does. So, yeah, there's just better quality of life, and I think if you can pick a Barcelona... If you're from South America, you tend to idolise your Barças, your Real Madrids, even your Inters and your ACs over a Liverpool and a Man United. Even Bayern, to be honest. It's sad. Yeah, taxes and the weather. It is just that, isn't it? Yeah. And language, yeah, language is another factor, obviously, as well. Listen, if you're from Argentina, you know, you can move to Spain and they speak the same lingo. It's quite an easy adaptation period for you and your family, isn't it? It's kind of like if Australia or the US had massive football leagues, it'd be easier for us to go there than it would be to go to another country where they speak a completely different language. So yeah, adaptation's probably another factor. Neil, if Chelsea actually win the FA Cup, who do you think has the better season outside the winner of the Prem? Who's had the best season outside the winner of the Prem? Oh, Brentford. Genuinely, I think if Brentford win tomorrow against Man United, which is infinitely possible, by the way, Leeds beat them last week. United aren't going great guns at the minute. If Brentford were to beat United, or even if they were just to get a draw, if Brentford or Brighton finish in that 6th spot and get Champions League football, by the way, I mean, Brighton finished 5 points off Champions League footy last year. So Fabian Hersler did a great job last year. He's done a great job this year again. If Keith Andrews gets it after being predicted to go down, I'm telling you, just anyone else who's even having conversations about Manager of the Year, just get him out your thoughts. It's Keith Andrews. That is the answer. Keith Andrews is Manager of the Year. Right, we're off and underway at Wembley. Chelsea, get us underway. This is a massive, massive game. Really looking forward to it. Chelsea play long straight away. Leeds United have only won one FA Cup. Oh, that's a free kick edge of the box for Leeds. Big foul from Caicedo. Terrible decision from Caicedo, that, to dive in and chop down Okafor. Yeah, it's a definite foul. It's a free kick edge of the box. Big chance, this one. Jack, I'm in Liverpool and I want to get out of here too, to Spain. Me too, Jack. I'll be gone by the end of the year with a bit of luck, mate. Leeds United have only won one FA Cup in their history. Last season we saw new winners, or clubs that won a trophy for the first time since many years ago. That's it. And I think we might get it again. Gusto now has gone down. Ooh, I think he got clattered there from Tanaka in the just before the break. It's still a free kick to Leeds, edge of the box, but Gusto has gone down and might need some treatment here. I am Crute. Seeing as all 3 relegation contenders won this weekend, who do you now think is going down? I'm so torn. I still think Forest. I know it's only 5. It's 5 points, and 5 points is a lot for them to make up. But I think if Spurs keep winning, and I think Spurs might have a bit of a run, it's so tough. But I still think Spurs are going to get out of it. I can't stop just thinking Spurs are going to get out of it, and I think Forest are going to get pulled into it. I really do. Liam, we can't lose to Brentford tomorrow. We need all that confidence we can going into the Liverpool game on Sunday. Come on, Leeds, says Shahid. Seriously, Leeds only won one FA Cup. Damn, Bury have got 2. Right, here we go. We've got a free kick edge of the box here for Leeds. Sorry. Who's going to take it? Who do we think? Tanaka's got the ball in his hand, but it ain't going to be Tanaka. Looks like it might be Goodmanson, maybe. James Justin's there as well. Will, I disagree, Keith. Think Spurs' next 3 fixtures are tricky. Oh, they are. Listen, there's no easy fixture. Spurs played an already relegated Wolves yesterday, and they made a difficult fist of it. So if that's a difficult game, and it is, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Villa have all gone there and either lost or drawn in the last 4 games. So Wolves away, and they're already relegated, rock bottom. If that's a hard game, then there's no such thing as an easy game, is there? So I think every game is hard. Doesn't matter who you've got. And I just think Spurs are going to have a little bit of momentum. Don't know why. Gut feel. City of Northville, Forest, really, they have better players, but they would deserve that. I just think Forest have got this European run, and I think they're going to make it to the final. I think they're going to knock Villa out. I said it before Villa got beat yesterday, and I still think they're going to knock Villa out. I think over 2 legs, Forest are going to focus on that, and I genuinely think it's a realistic possibility that in the Champions League and the Championship next year. Tanaka's taken it, skied it, terrible. Poor from Tanaka. If Spurs and West Ham both win all 4 games and Newcastle lose all 4, then they go down. Joe won't be back. Poor Joe. Javi Simon's injury might hurt Spurs now. They've had a bad run of injuries, haven't they, in fairness? Javi Simons, Maddison, Kulusevski, Kudus. You know, you just got to think how much extra, how many more points would Spurs have if they had those players available for even half a season? It's madness, innit? So, yeah, I struggle to think Spurs are... I think they've been hard done by. I'll say that. LJ, which fans you guys can't stand? It's some glory chasers who support Real Madrid. I was having this conversation earlier, by the way, with a few people about like why do people get so upset about people not from the place? Do you know what I mean? Like if you're not from like Liverpool, if you're not from Liverpool but you support Liverpool, and you can apply it to if you're not from Manchester but you support Man United, if you're not from London but you support Arsenal, like people get quite aggy about it and people call you, you know, glory hunter or whatever. And we was talking about why that is. And I just think to myself, that only works to some extent. Because around the world, if you're interested in football but you're born in like, I don't know, let's say you're living in Burundi. So, you know, a country in Africa, West Africa, whatever, you've got a country in West Africa where you want to watch football. Strike! Good save from Chelsea. You're in Africa, you want to watch football. Chances are you're probably not going to watch the Burundi National League. You're not going to watch, you know, Green Farmers or Express Garages, which are 2 teams in that league, by the way. If you're not going to watch them, you're not going to watch them. You're going to watch Arsenal or Chelsea or Liverpool or Man United or whoever or Real Madrid. So, you know, I kind of get it. I get it. Because some people are wet wipes. They're that as well. Yeah, that as well. Johnny, in League 2, Grimsby are officially in the playoffs. Barnet can't get in there anymore because Swindon v Chesterfield on the final day. That's going to be a massive one, isn't it? Chesterfield are still pushing. Key, even if United was to lose to Liverpool next week, do you still then see them finishing in either 4th or 5th? Yeah, United, the top 5 is done. The top 5's sewn up. There'll be no one finishing above Liverpool, United and Villa. It's just whether who finishes where in that 3. And realistically, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Stephen, I'm from Mississippi and I'm watching you from wherever you are. I am from the UK, mate. I'm from a place in between Liverpool and Manchester. Originally, I'm from a place called St Helens, just in between Liverpool and Manchester. And I support Liverpool. That's where I grew up. At least Spurs have got a goalie and I'm from Barnsley and I'm a Liverpool fan. Good lad. No wrong with that. Like I said, it's not a view I hold, but it is a view that's out there, isn't it? Far post, Chelsea, straight out. City of Northfield, it's just the difference between having no choice who to support versus getting to pick. What criteria are you going to use to pick? It's going to be rare you don't choose based on quality of the side. I mean, listen, I've chosen an extreme thing there, like, you know, being born in Burundi and wanting to watch football. You're probably going to gravitate towards the big sides around the world. But if you're born in Luton or you're born in Plymouth and you choose not to support Luton or Plymouth, but you instead choose to support Man United, that's slightly different. However, I have no issue with it, but I can see why some would say, why don't you support your own local team? I have no issue with it, but I can kind of get... I mean, I wouldn't say I can get the animosity, because the animosity is ridiculous. But maybe their argument is, I don't understand why you wouldn't support your local team. McBusby babes, if you're travelling from afar to watch your team, that's a higher level of commitment. It is, exactly, yeah, we have said that as well. If you're flying over from South Africa or Russia or whatever to come and watch a Premier League game, like that's I mean, even if you're just in... There's people who sit up in Australia and New Zealand at 2, 3 a.m. watching Premier League games, committed to their side. Like, what? And we just get up in the middle of the day and watch it. No problem. 3-star, bet it's great, Key, to have a relaxing Sunday afternoon with just one game today before a mega week next week. Yeah, that's it, mate. I think for me, I was debating whether to do AC Milan Juventus tonight, but I'm going to give it a miss. I'm going to stick to one game a day over the next week and build up, because those 3 game days really take it out of you. 7 hours yesterday, but it was good fun. I enjoyed the footy. I love watching it, but your voice. By the end of the, I got home and I was just like, absolutely, my brain was fried. I was just like that to the missus. I was like, I just need a hug. Just give me a hug. 007, do you think Leeds could beat Chelsea based on current form? Yeah, absolutely. I still think Leeds will. They've started all right so far. Chelsea 0, Leeds 2, says Singer Tea Time. If you aren't from there, you must use an online random side generator. That's it, by order of the king. Absolutely, yeah. Get yourself in a random team generator. They did that on Soccer AM for celebrities, didn't they? When celebrities came to Soccer AM, they used to have to pull a name out of a hat and that's your team. Like if you've not got a football team or a soccer team, you had to pick a team out of the hat. And I always remember Seth Rogen went on Soccer AM and he had to pick a team out and he picked it out and he was like, Bournemouth. You should support the blue side of Merseyside, Key. No chance. Would never. LJ, still haven't seen Everton in real life, but I hope to one day. Get yourself down to the Hill Dickinson, mate. Quick, get yourself over. If the channel takes off, I promise you, if the channel takes off, we'll do a go and see your team for the first time sort of a competition, and we'll get you to Everton. Key, what would you say if your daughter said she wanted to be a United fan? I mean, yeah, whatever. If that's the path she wanted to go down, I'd have no problem with it. Johnny, what do you think will be the point threshold to survive in the Prem this season? Probably 40 points. Again, I mean, there's a chance 40 points isn't going to be enough. Johnny, what do you think will be the... Oh, sorry, we've done that long. Lucky effing ducky here in Oz. Nothing worse than 2 a.m. game on Monday morning. Team losing, then head to work on 3 hours sleep. See, that's commitment. That is commitment. Garnacho, terrible first touch and in the side netting. Not good enough for Garnacho, that one. I'd have no problem with it, he says as he packs her bags and throws her out. No, I genuinely wouldn't. If she wanted to support United, then... Yeah. It'd make match days very interesting. What if she's an Everton fan? Hey, if she's an Everton fan, then again, good luck to her. Are you standing on a mat, Key? I'm not, mate. No, I'm not standing on a mat. Why? Why'd you ask? You brainwash him as soon as you can. They taught my son as a Liverpool fan. His father is Man U fan. I won that argument. I mean, my dad took that approach. Like I said, the story I've told many times of me getting put in a Manchester United kit when I was 4 years old because my mum didn't know any better. And she just knew, oh, our Key likes football. Yeah, we'll put him in a United kit. Because they'd found the old black sharp view cam United kit. In a I think it was in a charity shop actually, but they bought it and put me in that, and then I went to Chester Zoo and had pictures taken and all sorts, and then when I got home my dad was like, what is he doing in that? Get him out of it now. Get him out of that kit. And it went in the bin that day and he went and bought me a new Liverpool kit with Robbie Fowler on the back, and I never looked back from that moment on. But it's very true that the first kit I ever had was a United kit. That is very true. I don't quite believe the idea that once touched by United, you're always United. Nah, there's none of that. But yeah, it is absolutely true that the first kit I had was a United kit. Corby, invest in a chef's mat and you will not believe the difference. It'll be a lot less tiring. A chef's mat. Oh, hey, I like that. I'm loving that sort of a tip. Let's have a look. What's a chef's mat? I've never even heard of it. Chef's mat. Kitchen mats. Cushioned anti-fatigue. Oh, go on then. 243 quid. £399. There you go. They're expensive. Enhanced comfort and safety. They help reduce fatigue and provide a cushioned standing surface. Go ahead then. Yeah, we'll have a bit of that. Cooking mats. Amazon. I'm buying one. I need a big one. Silicon. I want a good one. Right, I'm going to get one. You've convinced me. I'm going to order a chef's mat. Thank you very much for that, sir. I'll let you know when it comes. Leeds it in! Could be 1-0! Oh, you absolute donut. How have you missed that? What a save from Robert Sanchez. And Aronson should make it 1-0 Leeds. 15 minutes in. That should have been 1-0. Had to be 1-0. Oh, wow. Any good cushion will help, by the way. Now, let's get a chef's mat. I'd like that. I need a chef's mat. Johnny, what a save from Sanchez. It was a big save, but I also think Aronson should be doing better from there. Hi Egbert, how's it going? Lucky F and Ducky with 5 teams in the Champions League. Is there any Champions League draw advantage for the team finishing third? No, not really. I think they might get a slight... Depends on the coefficient, depends who it is and how long they've been out. Like United, I'm not sure what the seeding would be. Because it's all done on coefficients now. So, if you spend a couple of years out of Europe, but then you come back in, your coefficient's still, broadly quite high. Because I think it's done over a rolling 3 to 5 year average. So, Villa's will be high because they've been in the Champions League recently and gone to the knockouts in previous years. Villa's will be relatively high. Liverpool's will be fine because we've been to finals and won it and whatnot. Leeds just about get it away. Chelsea get it. Oh, that's terrible. Really poor from Enzo Fernandez. You know what? People talk about how much money Chelsea have wasted, and they talk about players like Fofana and Mudryk, and they would be right. They are terrible signings. But I genuinely believe for £110 million, Enzo Fernandez starts every other week. He's one of the worst players who starts every week in the Premier League. He's that bad. I genuinely think he's that bad. Jason, same sort of thing for me. I'm Liverpool. My dad was a United fan and I'm married to an Evertonian. Lucky boy. Here's João Pedro. Out wide to Pedro Neto. Yeah, match days must be fun in your house, Jason. Timbo, how's it going, sir? Sorry that Chelsea are going to disappoint you all today by winning this. Not a chance. It's not happening. Lorna, me and my daughter are Arsenal, my son is Liverpool, and my other half is Man United. See, I'd quite like a house like that where it's mixed and it's, match days are maybe a bit more fun then. My wife doesn't care less. She's no interest in football. So whoever, if my daughter loved football, I wouldn't really care who she supported. I'd quite like it. Pots for the league phase are based on a 5-year coefficient. That's the one. Yeah, I knew it was so. It was like a rolling average, isn't it? A 3 to 5 year, I thought. But yeah, 5 years makes sense. So Man United, it does. I don't think it matters whether they finish 3rd or 5th. Really, it's about how well they've performed in Europe previously and what their kind of UEFA point score is. Enzo is one of our most important players. Yes, he's not likeable, but why is he so underrated by non-Chelsea fans is beyond me. He gives the ball away far too much. He's like a Bruno Fernandes. I feel like he doesn't track back. He doesn't work hard enough. He's obviously got a stinking attitude as well, as what we've seen in the past few weeks. And I think it's so much worse when he's your captain. He's got such a bad attitude and the team are in the bit of they're in the mud. I just feel like it's such the wrong choice to have a player like that as captain. It's the same with Bruno Fernandes. When your team is in the mud, you need the hardest working player in the team. The hardest working player in the team has to be the captain. Or the captain has to become the hardest working player in the team. You can't have Enzo Fernandez and Bruno Fernandes strolling round the pitch. Maybe it's a Fernandes thing. Motherwell now 1-0 up v Rangers. Go on the well. City of Northville, I always thought one of the best parts of having kids is being able to force them to support who you want. Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, to be fair, my little girl's got a Liverpool kit. But It's pointless. They grow that quickly. She's like 5 now. There's no point. Christ, she was out of it by the time she was in it. Like, it just doesn't fit her anymore. Egbert, who do you think is winning the FA Cup and the Premier League? I think City win the FA Cup, and I think Arsenal win the Premier League. Chelsea ball in. Leeds headed away. Back. Oh, good strike, and that's a claim for the handball. I don't think they're going to get it. Here's Lavia. Enzo Fernandez, terrible touch again, and just confirming what I was talking about there. If Ali's not available for Man U, surely after yesterday you'd take Woodman in goal. I think Woodman probably will be in goal, yeah. Liam says, United haven't been in the Champions League for 2 seasons, so will that affect anything? No, I don't think so. Not really. You'll still be in, you might be in pot 3 instead of pot 2. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't really make that much of a difference. You know, you've got to play 8 fixtures across all different pots, so you've got to play like 1 from the top, or 2 from the top, 2 from the middle. It's like, you know, family fortunes or whatever it is. Countdown. Timbo, he gives the ball away because he tries the difficult passes rather than passing sideways. He's been the difference maker for us a lot this year. Well, there's a couple of very simple passes in the opening 20 minutes here that he's given the ball away on. So I would say less if they were like risky passes. He's trying to progress the ball, but that's not the type of balls he's been giving away. Here is Garnacho. Big moment for Garnacho today. Oh, and he gives it away. He's really lacking confidence, that lad, isn't he? I really quite like Garnacho. I mean, I know he's, again, a South American, fiery attitude, you know, questionable decision-making at times, both on the pitch and off it. But I have to say, I really like him as a player. I think he's got a lot of talent, a lot of ability. It feels like he's really, really sapped of confidence, and he needs a manager who's going to come in and really just guide him. He's a really, really talented player. Reece, lovely 1-0 win yesterday. Top performance. It was actually a better performance. Oh, Chelsea! Nearly 1-0. Probably should have been 1-0. Strike from João Pedro. Hits the base of the post. Across the line. And very nearly 1-0. Terrible defensive work again from Leeds. And Enzo Fernandez with a wonderful pass. I think he might have been offside there, you know, João Pedro. If that goes in, I think he is offside. But he strikes it. Hits the post. No chance for Perry. And across the line and out. Reece, that tends to happen when players go to Chelsea, Key. Yeah, they have got a reputation for destroying players, haven't they? Do you think City do another domestic treble? They could, yeah, well, they could do. Certainly got a chance. Leeds in down the left-hand side. That's going to be a corner, I think. Is it? No, goal kick. Roderick, I think the Premier League or high-level league is too hard for Garnacho. Burley takes his man on, misplaces every second pass. Just doesn't look right to me. Liverpool should buy Garnacho. Honestly, I like him. I wouldn't necessarily be thrilled if Liverpool signed him, but I also think there's a massive upside if some club comes in and takes him and takes a chance on him. Like, I'll level with you. Whenever people, and I said this about Sancho as well. I remember Jadon Sancho when he was at Borussia Dortmund. Header, must be 1-0, it is 1-0, and it's Enzo Fernandez, the player we've been criticising all day, has just shoved those comments right down my throat. It's 1-0 Chelsea, ghosted into the 6-yard box, Enzo Fernandez with a header, Chelsea 1, Leeds 0, come on Leeds, wake yourselves up, can't have Chelsea in an FA Cup final after this season. What was you saying about Enzo exactly? Yeah. I was absolutely chatting about Enzo, and he's just smashed me. He's just absolutely I mean, he does that a lot. My issue is in his input. Or rather, yeah, his input, not his output. His input is questionable. I mean, that's a really poor bit of defending from James Justin there. It's a good ball in from Neto, but what is James Justin doing? He's on the way down as the ball goes over his head. It's poor. It's very poor, that from James Justin. Very, very poor. Joe, very happy about yesterday because it shows they're playing for Eddie Howe. Yeah, Voltemada did well when he came on. I thought Wissa, that chance for Wissa was a huge one. Really should have put it away. City of North Hill, people do love to pick someone to hate. Garnacho is it, but unlike most of them, like Maguire, he really, really has earned it. Yeah, Maguire was another one. I think Maguire gets a bad rap, and I think he's United's best defender. I've said that for a while as well. I don't love him. Again, I think he's a whinge bag and he dives a bit, whatever, but he's a good defender. Same with Gakpo. Liverpool's version of that is Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo gets stick from Liverpool fans left, right and centre. Aaron says, as a Gunner fan, I think the Gunners need to play good and the Gunners just playing bad. Hey, it's football, it happens. Well, yeah, it's been Arsenal all season. Timbo, João Pedro, very good in the build-up too. We're so much better with him on the pitch. He's kind of like a Havertz for you guys, isn't he? I mean, I hate to say the comparison, but a little bit like a Firmino was for us, kind of dropping into those half spaces and sort of occupying the gaps between midfield and defence where defenders don't want to come out and midfield don't want to drop too deep. So it just ends up being operating between the lines. Yeah, they don't like it, those defenders. Fullbacks don't know whether to go with him or not. Calvert-Lewin pulling the hair of Cucurella there. Whoa! United fans aren't going to be happy with this. Calvert-Lewin pulling the hair of Cucurella. Cucurella goes down, going like that, holding his head. I tell you what, there's some United fans who are going to be saying, why is he not sent off there? Look at Enzo Fernandez saying. Enzo Fernandez is saying, why is he not getting sent off? They're screaming for a red card here. Referee says no, but as Calvert-Lewin goes up here, I mean, not sure about that one, but it's close. It's definitely questionable. It's definitely questionable. It's not going to get given. It's no red card, but red card nailed on. Oh, extra Champions League spot reference. The fact that English clubs did very well in the league phase has really made up for the not so amazing knockout campaign. Yeah, saying that Arsenal, Villa, Forest and Crystal Palace in the semis. Exactly. Still a long way. And that all helps our coefficients as well. We've secured the 5th Champions League spot now, so that's done. Inconsistency from refs yet again, says Graham. I mean, I don't know if that was a pull. He's got a bit of a mane, hasn't he, Cucurella? So it's difficult to say whether or not it was a pull, or was Calvert-Lewin's hand just like on his shoulder and then as he pulled it away, his hair flicked up. Cucurella will go down under a stiff breeze. He's that sort of a player. He has been known to go down easily, but I'm not sure that was a hair pull. Give him the Ballon d'Or after that, sack off Cucurella. It's a joke. Inconsistent again. If he's wearing red, he'd be gone. Come on! These United fans aren't happy with that. Aaron, who do you see in the EFL playoff final? I think Millwall. I think Millwall and Borough will be in the final, and I think Millwall will go up. The lack inconsistency in refereeing is horrible. I just think that if there's not a clear pull of the hair, I am not sure that was a hair pull. There was a claim that it was a hair pull, and if it was proven to be a hair pull, then it should have been a red card. But I don't think it was a hair pull. Are we now counting the number of hairs that must have been pulled before it counts? No, but I think we are saying that it has to be a clear grab of the hair, and that wasn't. I don't think that was. So I think that's Cucurella is a diver. His reputation precedes him to some extent. I don't think that was a hair pull. I don't think that was a hair pull. And like I said, believe me, I would say it. Even if I know it's United and whatever, believe me, I would still say it. I said that Everton should have had a penalty yesterday. Believe me, if I thought that was a hair pull and it was harsh, then I would have said it should be a red card. But I don't think it is. That's not a hair pull. You're not getting a hair pull for that. Whole country still being babies about Cucurella because the Euros is funny. Not being babies, he is a diver. He does it every game. It's not because of the Euros. Motherwell now 2-0 in front against Rangers. Go on, the Well. Daniel Sandell, definitely not a foul, wasn't a United player. He was just adjusting his curlers. Love that. Welsh wing, Wissa, definitely, yes, but not Voltamade. He had 10 goals this season in his first season in England. He's only young. Yeah, Wissa was the problem yesterday. I can't believe he missed that chance. It was a massive moment in the game. Wissa puts that away. Newcastle might even go on and win it because, yeah, Arsenal weren't great yesterday. They were actually a little bit better. They were actually not that bad going forward. Like, they weren't dreadful. They took some chances going forward, and as a result, defensively, they looked a little bit vulnerable. I wonder if that's going to be a sign of things to come. Oh, Chelsea strike! João Pedro again. Poor that from Leeds defensively. He's still booed every week. It's like urinating more than 2 shakes and you're playing with it. That's hot chick, isn't it? That's hot chick. I'm sure it is. Is that what that quote's from? That's definitely a quote from Hot Chick. Just remember, if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it. As a Chelsea fan, I admit Cucurella dives. He's still one of the best left backs in the world. Yeah, he's up there. I like him as a player, but I think diving around, he definitely gets a bad rep. Johnny, if Wrexham don't get promoted, 3 Welsh clubs will be in the same division next season. Yeah, Cardiff coming up, Swansea and Wrexham. Plenty of Welsh derbies. Swansea are going great under Vito Matos. They might well be outsiders for the playoffs next season. Same as Norwich. I think Philippe Clement will have Norwich up next year. Garnacho with a great ball, far post. Leeds put it behind for the corner. Chelsea going to try and kill the game off here. Rosenior has to be watching this, just cussing. They got that man fired on purpose. And Shahid, Key, what matches are you showing this week? So this week we have got, tomorrow we're going to do Man United against Brentford. Tuesday we've got PSG v Bayern. Wednesday we have Atletico Madrid v Arsenal. Alpa Atleti. Thursday we've got Forest v Villa. Friday, at this moment in time, I'm not entirely sure what game we're going to do on Friday. We do have Leeds and Burnley scheduled, but honestly, there's not really anything riding on that game, is there? Because Burnley are already relegated, Leeds are already safe. I'm not sure if that's going to be a fantastic bit of Friday night football, is it? But Leeds against Burnley on Friday night football is maybe as bad as it gets. So, I was going to ask you guys if there were any other games you fancied watching. It's just the sad thing is there's not a huge amount of, great games going on that night. Pisa v Lecce in Serie A. Real Zaragoza v Granada in Segunda Liga. Girona v Real Mallorca in La Liga. Livingston v Aberdeen in the Scottish Premier. Shamrock Rovers v Waterford in League of Ireland. Or Bohemians v Derry. I think realistically we're probably going to end up watching Leeds v Burnley. So, Friday we'll just make it, I don't know, we'll just have a little bit of a quiz and a chat and we'll watch Leeds and Burnley in the background. I think Kieran Gibbs was better than Cucurella. Nacho Monreal was definitely better, wasn't he? Roderick, I do think City is going to win the domestic treble. Arsenal, very, very scrappy. They like dropping points in April and May. Arsenal definitely improved when Saka came on. Yeah, I thought that as well. Saka was much better off that left than Madueke was. Madueke's one of the worst signings in Arsenal history. Even Pepe has better creativity than him. Daniel, it's either Leeds v Burnley or talk to the wife. I know what I'll be doing. Get the wife watching Leeds v Burnley. Polish Ekstraklasa, Legia Warsaw v Widzew Lodz. Title race implications with Legia chasing the lead. Could be swayed. It's a while since we've done any sort of Euro trash fixtures. I am the new Antoine de Con. We've not really done any sort of around Europe fixtures for a good while. Bearing in mind, last summer we were watching the Latvian League and the Danish Superliga, and we haven't really gone and done that. Reece Goldbridge has Neville's views after now being owned by the Overlap. Goldbridge has Neville's views? What do you mean he has Neville's views? What, in terms of, like, on broader politics and society? Is he having a pop at the working man like Gary Neville? Madueke was signed as a Saka understudy, so wasn't expected to pull up trees. I actually quite like Gary Neville, in fairness, but I think, yeah, you certainly don't agree with everything he says, politically or even in football. I mean, it'd be weird if you kind of agreed with everything somebody said. Don't agree with everything anybody says. Here's Leeds, big chance. Oh, good defending by Chelsea. Madueke was signed as Saka's understudy, wasn't expected to pull up trees. He was the last comment. Yes, that is true, but I think for the money paid, 50 million quid, I still think you'd expect. And he's 23, he's experienced in the Prem. I don't think Madueke's done too terrible. I'm not sure I would put him down as the worst ever, or one of the worst ever Arsenal signings. I think he's quite alright. He's been alright. It's like, again, he's not bad as a backup. It's like your Adama Traore. It's big money to be a backup, like. Yeah, that's it. I would say that as well. 50 million quid's a lot of money for a backup. Timbo always makes me laugh when these gammons basically say Gary Neville can't care about the poor because he's rich. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily that. I think it's actually what he said. There's been some comments, without going too deep into it, there's been some comments from him that weren't, I don't think, particularly well received by the working class, let's say. Aaron McLaughlin Key, do you see Torquay going up from the National League South? I'd like to see Torquay back up, yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I just had to do that capture thing on TikTok. Yeah, where are Torquay in the National League South? I don't profess to be an expert on National League South. Garnacho in the area. Good run, Garnacho. Oh, that's brilliant. So poor that from Chelsea. Garnacho did well there. Really good play. Got down the right-hand side. Whips it across the face of goal. Got to be someone there gambling at the back stick. Yeah, Torquay are third, but obviously they're in the playoffs. Yeah, I think Torquay will. Torquay, Hornchurch, Dorking, Hemel Hempstead, Weston-super-Mare and Maidenhead. Yeah, let's get Torquay up. Welsh wing, Madueke, all he does well is run. He can't pass, shoot or cross. Reece, 150 mil is a lot of money to be a backup striker, isn't it, Key? Why use 150 mil as a backup striker? Who's 150 mil as a backup striker? Who's that meant to be? Odd. In Armenia, there's Shirat v Ararat. Darman being free makes 50 million not that bad in the current market. Leeds fans boo everything, says LJ. City of Northville, that's Garnacho's whole thing. He can do exactly one thing, run very fast in a straight line and shoot. If he gets to do that, not the worst. Anything else, awful. I mean, what he's just done right there, that is exactly what you would want a winger to do, right? You want your winger to square up the fullback not to know whether they're going to go inside or out. And this time he went on the outside. He ran right down the touchline, beat his man, put a good ball in, and if you've got a striker gambling at the far post, it's 2-0 Chelsea. Game's maybe not done, but very much halfway there, isn't it? So that's exactly what you want from your winger. That's world-class winger play. Here we go, in the area, Bogle, Aronson, corner to Leeds. Oh no, he's given a goal kick. McBusby Babes, for game analysis, I think Carragher's the best pundit around. I don't say that lightly either. Carragher is. Yeah, he is absolutely the best pundit around in terms of analysis. I think that's why Sky got him back. You know, again, made a very questionable decision, and they brought him back because of how good he is. There's just nobody else who does it anywhere near as well as him, and they get ex-pros in all the time. I think Sky, the viewers can tell, can't they? They have ex-footballers in all the time. They get loads of ex-footballers who try to do the pundit thing, and there's so many who are so bad. Like, so bad. Like, Danny Murphy... Michael Owen gets a bad rap, but he actually is quite good. Danny Murphy is really poor. Martin Keown is really poor. Stephen Warnock is dreadful. I'm not a lover of like Micah Richards either. I think a lot of the analysis from it's very pithy. Steve McNair says plenty of rich folks that aren't dipshits. Gary Neville isn't one of them. Yeah, I was going to say, it's not even like a rich v working man thing. I just think, yeah, you either... You've got certain views, and I'm not sure that one that he expressed that time was particularly well received. Henry is as good as Carragher. Henry's very good. Yeah, no, Henry is very good. I like Henry, and I like the way that he... They do it really well, though, don't they, on... is it Paramount? They do really well. Steve McNair, he's going to Saudi, been match fixing this whole time to make up the difference in lost wages for the transfer not happening a year ago. Reese, 125 mil is a lot for a backup striker, both for club and country. Gyökeres is better. Even you don't believe that, do you, really? Even you don't believe that. Am I just imagining things, or have injuries skyrocketed this season? No, I don't think you are imagining things, and I think we will see some sort of an in-depth analytical report on that and why that is. But I think ultimately it's going to boil down to there's a shed load more games. Footballers are being expected to do more for the same money to satisfy extra sponsors and extra games, and the increased demand for football has meant that... You know, the World Cup's got bloated, the Champions League has got bloated, and players are just being asked to... Yeah, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And we're seeing it. Look at Esteval. This is why I got loads and loads of stick for saying Rio Wengamoa was, you know, Liverpool needed to hold him back. Liverpool needed to hold back Rio Wengamoa because he's 17 or 16 as he was at the start of the season. We can't just play him because we think he's good enough. We'll literally ruin the kid's career. We need to be very careful about how we play him, not just because, he's good enough, put him in the side. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't think like that. And Esteval has got a grade 4 hamstring from being played so persistently from 17, 18, 19. And the kid's now, honestly, might not come back the same player. Grade 4. Grade 4 hamstring is so rare. It's not a career ender, but he ain't going to be the same player. Esteval is not going to be the same player when he comes back. Timbo, why would you hate Mike? Who hates Micah Richards? Oh, City of North. I hate Micah. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you said you hated him. I don't hate Micah Richards. I just don't enjoy a lot of what his commentary is. It's just it genuinely just seems like he's there, and doesn't really contribute in the way that Henry and Carragher do. He's kind of like the class clown, isn't he? He's funny. He is funny. But like from a football punditry point of view, I don't know how much he truly offers. I think there's better people they could have there. But I don't mind him per se. I certainly don't hate him. I just don't mind him. I'd say he's not. It's kind of like having... Well, yeah, Henry, Carragher, Micah Richards, they make the joke every week, don't they? Champions League winners, Henry, World Cup winner, Premier League winner, Jamie Carragher, Champions League winner, multiple FA Cups, all this sort of stuff. And then, yeah, Micah Richards. He's more there for the vibes, Micah. Yeah, well, that's it, yeah. That's it. That entertainment is exactly what he's there for. The yin to Carragher and Henry's yang. Hey, fair enough. And again, that sounds like disrespectful to say like he can't analyse. I'm not saying that. I think there's better pundits. I think there's better pundits out there, and some terrible ones as well. And yeah, Timbo, we haven't even played Esteval that much. It's such bad luck for him. It's terrible. It is absolutely terrible what's happened with Esteval. And it's not just Esteval. Like I said, it's Yamal's going to miss the World Cup. Like, there's a lot of these young kids now who have played regularly, and then they're starting to get, high-grade muscle tears, muscle strains, and things like that. And there's correlation is not causation, but when you're seeing all these kids playing regularly from 17, 18, and then by the time they get to 23, 24, 25, they're having 3 months out every season pretty consistently with muscle strains, muscle injuries. It's got to be something there, hasn't there? Johnny, since the introduction of 3 points for a win, what's the least amount of points for a league winner in any level of the Football League? Oh, God. I don't know, maybe 76 points? 76? Is it something like that? What is it? Didn't know Yamal was missing the World Cup. That's shite. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? Really bad. And people have used Yamal as like a reason to play Rio Ngamoa. I got that argument all year. Oh, nah, look at Lamine Yamal. He can play. Play Lamine Yamal. Nah. Come on. I like Ali McCoist. He says it like it is. I like Ali McCoist. Just general, do you know what? Most Scottish pundits are really, really good. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's just we've grown accustomed to Scottish pundits since Andy Gray when I was a kid. Every time I listen to a Scottish pundit now, it doesn't really matter who they are. It just feels like you get all warm and fuzzy. Leeds 3-1 gets me 75. Bloody hell, 75k. Nice work, man. Look at what Walcott was doing at 17. Yeah, Walcott, Saka, Owen. There's a lot of them. Here we go. Al Tanaka to float the ball in the box. Four minutes of added time. Can Leeds do something before half-time? It's been a very dull first half, hasn't it? Since Chelsea scored, it's been a very dull first half. Chelsea seeming to play a little bit of the dark arts almost. Have you watched the biased Scottish commentary? Yeah. Love Keane goes without saying, and his no holding back approach, but not the most insightful analysis. I just think Keane has really high... Same with Gerrard, isn't it? Because Keane and Gerrard were such demanding leaders on the pitch, there's an argument to say that they're never going to be great managers because they demand too much from players. That's why they were so good as players is why they will never be great as managers. I think that is honestly what it is with Keane and Gerrard. They look around at players and they're like, you're just not giving everything. You're just not. And that while that might be true, not every player has it in them to give what Gerrard and Keane did. GJH, you were kind of close. The answer is 80, right? In the first season, a 3 points win. Burnley and Carlisle were tied on 80 points for the third division title. Burnley won on goal difference. 80. Wow. Well, Liverpool won it on 84 last year. Chances are City and Arsenal probably win it on even less this year. Hi, Arsenal v Newcastle United came with an American consortium back at Newcastle United now. Oh, Amanda, you want to know? Apparently there's rumours about that, but Newcastle have distanced themselves from being bought out by Amanda Staveley again. Keith says, afternoon, Key. Everton not good enough for European place. Very disappointed. Yeah, Everton unlucky yesterday with the handball decision. But then again, the handball decision comes just before Everton score, right? So, again, as frustrating as it is, it didn't necessarily ruin the game because I think you'd have got the goal. You got the goal a couple of minutes later anyway, didn't you? Ultimately, I think it comes down to David Moyes being a little bit negative yesterday. That seems to be the feedback. I've listened to all of the Everton fan channels post-match yesterday to kind of get their take on it. I was listening to Toffee TV and I was listening to the preview from the guys over at Blue Boys Network, and I was having a listen to all them and kind of seeing what they thought about it, and it was interesting to see that a lot of them were very critical of David Moyes. Shahid, Man United v Liverpool next Sunday, 3:30pm kickoff key. It is, yes, I'll be live for that one. Chelsea down the right-hand side, 10 seconds to half-time. Pedro Neto gets in the area, pulls it back, and Leeds just about win it back, and I think that's going to be half-time there, ref. It's going to be half-time. Half-time and very, very close to our half-time quiz. Half-time quiz-a-rooney. Johnny, hi mate, why should Liverpool stick with Slot next year? Because he won us the league last year. That's one thing. He's had to deal with a massive amount of variables this year that no other manager has ever had to deal with before. And finally, Liverpool are probably the third or fourth best squad in the league at this moment in time, and that's exactly where we'll finish. So it's hard to argue that the manager should be doing better than what he's actually delivered. I feel like if your argument is Liverpool should have competed with City and Arsenal, I can't. We'll never agree. I don't think City and Arsenal are even City and Arsenal. What they offer from the bench. Look at Liverpool's benches and City and Arsenal's benches. Worlds apart. Worlds apart. We don't have what they have. We were never going to compete with them this season. Never. It was never going to happen. Third or fourth is about where we are. Third or fourth is about where we'll finish. So it's hard to argue the manager who won us the league last year should be sacked. I actually think it's entitled nonsense from a lot of Liverpool fans who argue he should be sacked. That's my opinion in a nutshell. Happy to unpack it a bit more later. Welshwing says, hi quiz, name the 16 goal scorers of the Millennium Stadium FA Cup era. There was only 16. Oh, I didn't think that. There was only 16 goal scorers in the Millennium FA Cup. Right, okay. Well, I can tell you a couple straight off the bat. Owen was one. Lundberg, they were the two in 2001. Ray Parlour was for Arsenal. In 2006, it was Gerrard. It was own goal from Jamie Carragher, and it was Dean Ashton, I think. Was it Dean Ashton? I think it was Dean Ashton. Konchesky, Cisse, and Gerrard got 2. So there you go. So there's that. It's not Drogba, no. Drogba scored at Wembley. Di Matteo scored the first goal at the Old Welby. Drogba scored the new... Yeah, no, it's in Millennium, yeah. He should be playing Rio more, though. No, I disagree. I disagree, Johnny, and this is why we talked about earlier. I think Rio's played a fair bit. The reason he can't play Rio more is have a look at what's going on with Esteval. Just take a look at what's going on with Esteval. Grade 4 hamstring, he'll never be the same player again. Freddie Ljungberg, Owen, Gerrard, yeah, we've got them. Ray Parlour's right, definitely. Dean Ashton, I think, is right. Konchesky's right. And Cisse's right. Come on, everyone. You need to help me out here. Henry, Rude, Cristiano. Yeah, I was going to say, United beat Millwall 4-0. Who was that? That was definitely Ronaldo for 1. Did Rude score in that game? Terry, says Graham Guthrie. Rooney, Van Nistelrooy. Did you say Crouch? No, Crouch never scored in the FA Cup final. Konchesky, Ronaldo and Rooney. Okay, Rooney's there and Terry's there. Okay, good. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Does own goal count? I'm guessing not. So far we've got Ronaldo, Van Nistelrooy, Ronaldo. Ronaldo, Van Nistelrooy, Terry and Rooney, Cisse, Konchesky, Ashton, Gerrard, Parler, Lundberg and Owen. Right, okay. Pires. Did Pires score in an FA Cup final at the Millennium Stadium? Not Lampard. Fowler. I don't think Fowler would have been one. No, it's not. It's not EFL Cup. It's only FA Cup, isn't it? FA Cup. Yeah, it's only FA Cup. So EFL Cup doesn't count. And there was that one. There was the one with United, which went to United and Arsenal went to penalties, wasn't it? That was the one where they kicked seven shades of eyes and how to each other that game. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other games that I remember around that time. I can't think of who else it was. Yeah, Parler did against Chelsea. I got that one. Pires did. I'm trying to think who else. We've already got Lundberg. Pires is right. So who else are we missing then? No, it's not Mo Salah. It's going to be before that. Chelsea and Arsenal was 2002 or 2003. Oh, I can't remember, you know. Yeah, I think that's it. I genuinely can't remember anymore. I think we've got Pires, Terry, Rooney, Van Nistelrooy, Ronaldo, Cisse, Konchesky, Ashton, own goal, Gerrard, Parler, Lundberg and Owen. Lundberg scored twice, didn't he? Lundberg scored against us, and I think he scored in the game against Chelsea, didn't he, when Parler scored? I genuinely don't know. I'm struggling now. I'm struggling. We've got Dean Ashton, not Paul Scholes. We battered Arsenal in that, just couldn't score. Carragher own goal. Well, own goal we've already got. Yeah, I've said own goal, but I don't think that's going to count. Two more from semis. Oh, semis were played there. Oh, I'm never going to get that. Never going to get that. Semi-finals between 2001 and 06. Genuinely, no chance. Absolutely no chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, by that logic, there should be... How many did you say there was? 16? Was it 16? Yeah, 16. It should be 4. Should be 4 more. Did Cardiff play in an FA Cup final? They did, yeah. They lost 4-0 against Man United. Apparently, it's an FA Cup semi, though. I don't remember any semis Liverpool or anyone else played at Cardiff. Risa? Someone said Risa. Egbert, can anyone tell me what the question is? The question is in the chat, mate, but it's there if you want it. It's 16 Millennium Stadium goal scorers between 2001 and 2006 in the FA Cup. Won't be Andy Carroll. JT versus Fulham. Did Cardiff play in an FA Cup final? They did, but it wasn't... No, they didn't. No, they played League Cup final. Didn't Scholes score in the game against Cardiff? I don't know. I don't remember United playing against Cardiff. It's not Henry. We've got John Terry. We've got Pires, Rooney, Van Nistelrooy, Ronaldo, Cisse, Konchesky, Ashton, Gerrard, Parler, Lundberg and Owen. Come on, give us some clues, Welshwing. Apparently there's 4 more. You said 16. We've only got 12. Give us some clues. We'll be here all day. Beckham? Was he still there then? It's not Beckham, it's not Giggs. It could be Giggs, I guess. Not Giggs. No, it ain't Giggs. Heskey. Scholes. Heskey, Scholes. Any of them? Scholes is one. Right, okay, we've got Scholes. Fullback goals. Fullback. Yeah, I genuinely couldn't tell you. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. That's a very, very difficult question for semi-finals. I couldn't even tell you who the semi-finals were. I remember the finals, but I couldn't tell you who the semis were. Semis were nearly always played at like neutral stadiums, weren't they? Neutral grounds. Xabi Alonso, Andy Cole, Sheringham. Well, who was in the finals? Let's have a look at who was in the finals. It's United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, West Ham. I don't even know when the semis were. Obviously, because there was some... Like Liverpool. Liverpool played in the FA Cup final against West Ham. But I know for a fact that the semi-final was against Chelsea... And it was at Old Trafford. So that year, it wasn't the semis weren't at the Millennium, that stadium at that year. So I don't even know what season the semis were there. So I couldn't tell you. Who else was in the sides? Who else was in the teams around that point? Arsenal. Who was up front? Bergkamp. Maybe Van Persie if it was a little bit later on. Bergkamp, Van Persie. We've had Viltord, I think, haven't we? Bergkamp, Van Persie or Wiltord, I would guess, for Arsenal. Oh, I didn't realise the timer was still on. Cheers, Egbert. Thank you for that, man. Alberto Solano. One was Newcastle, one was West Ham. Oh, I don't know about West Ham then. Yeah, I don't know about West Ham. Yeah, I was going to say semis, Dean Ashton. We've had Dean Ashton, Clint Dempsey. No. Amiobi, says Will. Amiobi, Marlon Herwood. Amiobi, did Newcastle play in a semi-final? Welshwing, if that's the quiz is over, then I think my data thinks the Millennium Stadium was for semi-finals as well. Oh, yeah, no, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't. No, the 2005-06 semi-final was 1,000,000% at Old Trafford for Liverpool. Oh, there you go. We got it. 14. Perfect. Well, that's it then. There you go. Right, well, we'll do a quick one. We'll do a quick one for me then. I've got another one quick we can fly through. Give me the top 20 Chelsea Premier League assisters. Most assists for Chelsea in the Premier League. McBusby Babes, United played them, Key. We beat them 4-1. Amiobi scored for them. Oh, fair enough. Right, here we go. Mata Lampard. Lampard is top with 100 assists. Juan Mata is 12th with 27. The top 20 assisters, goal creators for Chelsea in Premier League history. Drogba is second with 59. Hazard is third. It's Luke. Well done with 57. That one Liverpool fan got Lampard. Egbert got Lampard. LJ got Lampard. Cole, Essien, Ballack. Ballack is not there. Ashley Cole is 20th. Joint 20th. Yes. Essien is not there. So no Essien, no Ballack, but Ashley Cole does sneak in. Fabregas, someone said. No, Fabregas is not there for Chelsea, believe it or not. Oh, he is, sorry. That's because I've marked him down as Cesc. Look how fashionable I am. Yeah, he is. He is 4th. Fabregas is 4th. So you've got the top 4. You've got Lampard, Drogba, Hazard and Fabregas. They are the top 4. And you've got Mata, who is 12th. And you've got Ashley Cole, who's 20th. João Pedro is not there. No Welsh wing. Zola. Gianfranco Zola is 11th. He's got 27. Not Ricardo Carvalho. Joe Cole is 8th with 31. Willian is 7th. Sorry, Willian is 6th with 35. Good shout. Damien Duff, says Richard Stannard. Damien Duff is not there. Dennis Wise. Dennis Wise is there. He's 10th with 28. Robin is not there. Wasn't there long enough, Hiller. Idagur Johnson is there, though. Idagur Johnson is 9th with 30. What a player he was, by the way, Idagur Johnson. We're close to coming out for the second half, so we'll move straight back over once we've got all these. We're not far away. Robin, Duff, Joe Cole and Good Johnson. You've got Good Johnson, you've got Joe Cole. Robin's not there, Duff's not there. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, says Egbert. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is 7th with 31. Cole Palmer, no. Solomon Kalou is 18th. Not Gronkiar. Malouda's 15th with 23. Mason Mount. Mason Mount is 13th with 24, just behind Juan Mata. Cole Palmer is not yet there. Maybe he will be in time. Oscar. No, not Oscar. Matic and Di Matteo. No, none of those. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, sorry, Cole Palmer is there, 21. Sorry. You've got 1, 2, 3. Is that it? You've only got 3 left? Yeah. You've got 3 left, and they're all defenders. You've got 3 left, and they're all defenders. Egbert says Azpilicueta. Yep, Azpilicueta is 5th with 36, believe it or not. Azpilicueta, 5th highest Chelsea goal creator of all time. Reece James is there, yep, 19th with 21. 1 left to get. 1 left to get, and a defender he is. Not Wayne Bridge, not Petrescu, not Marcos Alonso. Leeds have got us back underway. Let's get the clock started. It's not Terry, it's not Louise. It is, as Egbert's got it, it's Ivanovic. Branislav Ivanovic. Well done. There you go. Top 20 goal creators for Chelsea in Premier League history. Ashley Cole, Reece James, Solomon Kalou, Cole Palmer, Ivanovic, Malouda. Oh, I didn't give you Graham Lasso. Sorry. I skipped Graham Lasso, another defender. Graham Lasso, Mount, Mata, Zola, Wise, Good Johnson, Joe Cole, Hasselbank, Willian Azpilicueta, Fabregas, and then it's Hazard. Oh, what a strike from Leeds! Oh, what a save from Sanchez! Hazard, Drogba and Lampard are the top 3, but my God, Rodon with an absolute rocket. And what a save from Sanchez. Very nearly 1-1. Leeds out the traps. Nearly 1-1. That would have been a great start to the second half. Petrescu's not in there, mate. No, not Dan Petrescu. Graham Lasso got in there, though. But Ivanovic and Graham Lasso did, yeah. And well done, everyone. Thank you for competing in the quiz. Ball whipped in. Chelsea headed away. If you enjoyed either of those quizzes, a massive thank you to Welsh Wing as always. If you enjoyed either of them, make sure you give us a like and a follow. Is anyone as confident now? 1-0 down. Do we still think Leeds can do it? Because the poll said Leeds 46%, but let's take another poll at half time. 1-0 down, half time. Will Leeds do it? Oh, wonderful play from Chelsea. Edge of the box. Should be 2. Must be 2. João Pedro. He's messing around with it and it's wide. That's shocking. That is shocking. João Pedro really should have made that 2-0. Poor that. There you go. Let's have a fresh poll in there. Egbert, are you doing any watch-alongs later? I'm not, mate. No, I'm gonna rest the old dulcet tones for tomorrow, Man United and Brentford. I was gonna do the AC Milan v Juventus game, but I'm gonna give it a miss. I'm gonna focus on Brentford and United tomorrow. Can't wait for World Cup quizzes. A to Z USA goal scorers. Yeah. A to Z. You want to see the research that I am doing into that, by the way. I'm telling you, I've got a full look at this here. Got a full dossier of like binders and stuff like that with every single team. Every single World Cup team, I've got a full amount of research on, so that I know going into each game, this is the player that we need to focus on. Kind of like Clyde Tilsley does. You remember when Clyde Tilsley showed his research before Champions League finals? I am doing that level of detail so that I know when we're watching Uzbekistan against Haiti, we can be like, right, here we go. I know who the Uzbekistan captain is. I know what his favourite flavour of cheese is. Tossing man of the match, says Eddie Rudall. Corner to Chelsea. And Leeds just about cleared it away. People still broadly thinking it's going to be a Chelsea win. Do you think Premier League this season, entertainment-wise, is shocking? Yeah, a little bit. But I also think we have to take a bit of responsibility for that as fans. Ball whipped in, far post, too easy that. Chelsea clear it away. Yeah, I think us as fans are responsible for that, to be honest, in a way. Go Brentford, yes, come on Brentford, exactly, David. Exactly. We want to see Brentford win tomorrow. João Pedro's down there for Chelsea. 40 to go. Pascal Struijk took him down. Well, one of the ones I'm focused on now is the highest goal scorer from each 50 states. Yeah. I think if you can name a player from each of the states, you'll have done well. I'll be honest, I don't even know. Can you name all 50 states? I think they did that in Friends, didn't they? An episode of Friends where they were talking about, can you name all 50 states? I think I'd struggle. Well, I know I'd struggle. I think I would. If my life depended on it, I'd struggle. Fun fact, in the Premier League era, 92 to 93 now, Bristol City have only played either in the second tier or the third tier. Yeah, I was going to say no side from Bristol, full stop. A big UK city, and we've not seen them play in the Premier League in well over 4 decades. Rangers have scored. It's 2-1. 2-1 against the Well. Oh, Caicedo's taking some chances this game. He's not been at his best. But they don't need to be. I think this is the sort of game where Chelsea are just going to try and keep it tight. LJ, I'd easily name the 50 states. Where are you from though, LJ? Aren't you stateside? I would imagine you would do if you're from the US. We don't focus that much on US geography in the UK. It's not really as part of our curriculum. We don't really get taught US geography all that much. So all I know about the US has been from what I've learned in my adult life, independent learning. So I reckon I can do all right. I reckon I could name maybe, if I really, really thought about it, I could probably do 35, 40. No, probably I'd back myself to do 45. Just struggle with some of them. Johnny, New York here, mate. Good lad. I've been to New York. Beautiful. Scary, but beautiful. Arsenal women are getting beat by Lyon in the Champions League. I'm going to do the Women's Champions League final and the Women's FA Cup final at the back end of May. And hopefully do the playoffs of pretty much every league. League 1, League 2, Championship, National League. Would be good to do the playoffs as them. David Tudor, I really want Leeds to score. We all do, mate. There's only a few Chelsea fans in the chat who definitely want Chelsea to win, of course, but the rest of us seem to be very much focused on Leeds. That's a foul, referee. That's a foul. He's not giving it. Gusto, here's Leeds trying to get it back, but it's good defending, and it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea. Oh no, he's not give it. He's not give it. Oh, this is a good scrap. Well done, Chelsea. Well done. Really well done. That's excellent play. Fabulous play, that. Don't know why they're running up to the ref. Well done. I like that. Scariest thing I ever saw here in the States was a tornado. But it's beautiful. Yeah. Can't say I've ever been in a tornado, but it's a lovely part of the world. Jimmy, how's the game been? I'll level with you, mate. It's not been great. Enzo Fernandez scored in the first half, sort of first 10, 15 minutes, was it? And then the game's just kind of been a bit flat since then. Leeds have had a couple of, let's call them half chances from distance. They had a chance just before Chelsea scored with Aronson. Should have been 1-0 in front. Then, yeah, Enzo Fernandez scored. Since then, it's been quite dour. It's been quite slow, quite pedestrian. I thought we'd see Leeds really drive forward and take the game to Chelsea, but I mean, it's still early second half. There's still time. Ball hung up to the far post and it's straight out of play. Poor that. Chelsea have lost in their last 3 visits to Wembley. And Dereleski, do you know if Cunha is injured for tomorrow's game? Off the top of my head, mate, I don't. Hang on, let me have a look. I'll see. As far as I'm aware, I don't think he is. I think he'll be back. Yeah, apparently it's Mbermo who's questionable, but apparently everyone else is... Delict, Dorgu and Yoro are the only ones who definitely won't play for United. Delict, Dorgu and Yoro are out, and Mbermo's questionable. Everyone else is back. Enzo Fernandez, strike, oh, over the bar. Good effort from Garnacho, deflected off Bogle and behind for a corner. Whereas you look at Brentford, they've got a hell of a lot of injuries. They've got Milambo, Jan Eltz, Rico Henry, Jordan Henderson, Furo, Da Silva and Fabio Carvalho all out. Lots of players missing. Have you seen the video where Americans try to draw a map of Europe? I haven't. No. But yeah, Americans on geography, their curriculum is notoriously less effective than ours, let's call it that. But ours isn't brilliant. Yeah, but I didn't think Mbermo would be missing. I've got Mbermo on the thumbnail. Corner to Chelsea. 55 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Come on, Leeds. Keep them out. Ball whipped in, straight on the roof of the net. Poor that. Very poor cross from Enzo Fernandez. And he knows it, in fairness. Apparently the last 3 visits to Wembley losses are to Liverpool. Yes, yeah, I was going to say they have lost to us in the League Cup final, the FA Cup, and I think the Charity Shield was the other one, wasn't it? I'm sure that was the last 3 that they've lost there. GJ, I know I'm not American, but what confuses me is the area called the Midwest, and it's more east than west. Some states like Michigan, Ohio. Welsh, stereotypically, I'm bad at geography, but you guys judge, I don't know. Leeds down the left-hand side here. Ooh, off the ball collision there between Enzo and Al Tanaka. He's just going to say play on. Matty, I've got Mbermo in my FPL, for God's sake. Well, he's only questionable. He's only a doubt. At this moment, we don't know if he starts or not. But they have been rotating him a lot, United, and it might well be that they play Sesko, Cunha and Ahmad tomorrow. Maybe Mbermo stays on the bench. Leeds Driving into the area. Good ball. Massive chance. Oh, huge moment for Calvert-Lewin. Huge chance. And again, straight at Robert Sanchez. All of Leeds' best chances have all been straight at the keeper. It's not good enough. They've got to do better here, Leeds. Big moment, that. And that's exactly where you want Calvert-Lewin as well. Chelsea giving Leeds a bit of a run around here now. Chelsea counter-attack, big chance here if they get the ball right. Neto, is he going to get to it? Oh, I tell you what, lucky boy there, Strike. Very lucky boy. He totally missed that one. If Neto had got hold of that, they were in. Ball switched over to the right-hand side. Here's Bogle. Up against Cucurella. Good ball in. And he gets clattered. And there's a claim for a free kick. He's going to get it as well, you know. It's going to be a yellow card for... Is it for tossing? No, it's Caicedo. Caicedo should have been... Potentially should be off, given the number of fouls he's accumulated in this game. Yeah, it's naughty, that, from Caicedo. A couple of fouls he's had in this game where... Yeah, he's treading a fine line now. He's treading a fine line. It's got to be careful, I think. Leeds playing like it's a midweek fixture. It is. It's so casual now. Robert Sanchez has gone down. What's going on with goalkeepers at the minute? Chelsea are going to have to make a change in goalkeeper. I think he's coming off. Danny Farker's saying, let's get it done. Let's get it going. But as it stands, Chelsea are going to have to make another change. Yeah, who have they actually got on the bench? Who's the backup keeper? Is it Jorgensen? Oh, it's Sharman Lowe. Whoa! Lavia's just punched Ampadu in the stomach there, I think. Questionable. I wonder if there's going to be a bit of a flare-up here, because Lavia goes over to him. Bit of handbags. Yeah, Sharman Lowe might have to come on here for Chelsea if they're not careful. It's getting feisty. GJH Johnny says, this is so crazy. Ipswich can lose the final 2 games and still get second place in the Championship. I've done the math and checked the fixtures. Good luck to him. Yeah, I think Ipswich will come up second for what it's worth. Another red. Get him off. Are Liverpool getting Diamand? No, I don't think so. That just came from Ampadu walking up to try and listen to the instructions. That's all it was. He was trying to listen to see what the instructions were. Yeah, I don't really mind with Diamand. I'm not that fussed. If we get him, great. If we don't, then I'm not bothered. He was playing in La Liga last year for Leganés, and he's had a good half season. I'm just not sure he's worth 80 million as a result of that. Like, there'll be better players out there. But do you know what? It doesn't matter, because he could come to the Premier League and flop, like Sancho, and people would be like, oh, we never should have signed him after half a good season. But then he could come to the Prem, do really well with someone else, and they'd be like, oh, I can't believe we missed out on him. You just can't win with some people. There's no objectivity. No balance. Leeds with a free kick. He struck it, and it's terrible. It's gone wide. Why have you hit that there? Terrible. Miles wide. Didn't even hit the side netting. Who do we think Chelsea's new manager's going to be? And do we think Leeds will change their manager in the summer, because there's a lot of Leeds fans seemingly a little bit, maybe not discontent with Danny Farker, but just still a little bit unsure about him. Kind of still making their minds up on him. I haven't, Johnny. No, I haven't. I can't see I've seen him before. Let me see if I recognise him. No, I can't say I ever have seen him. Thomas Frank, Chelsea will get Frank. Lorenzo Lafleur, how's it going, mate? Staying up and getting to an FA Cup semi, you shouldn't get sacked for that. But you know what? People seem to be talking about sacking managers left, right and centre. It just feels like people are in a constant... They want a constant new, shiny, different... Give us a different manager. Let's have a different manager. There's no patience anymore. Fremo, will Leeds score and get one more corner? From what I've seen so far, mate, no, I would say no. I think this one's going to finish 1 or 2-0 to Chelsea. I think Leeds have been really quite poor, if I'm dead honest. So unless there's a real step change in the next few minutes, going into the last 20 here, Chelsea are quite comfortable. Chelsea have been really comfortable, haven't they? I don't see Leeds winning this. I really don't. It's going to take something a bit of a freak. It's going to take like a penalty or a deflection or something like that. Tanaka's just had a strike from the edge of the box there. Really poor. Nowhere near the goal. Fickle fans, our culture of instant gratification. That's it, mate. TikTok brain, innit? TikTok brain. Julian Nagelsmann to Chelsea, your thoughts? Take it. Yeah, go. I think he'd do all right in the Prem. I don't want him for Liverpool for what it's worth. I think he's very much a Chelsea manager, though. Like, short term, come in, have an impact. Andre Santos coming on for Romeo Lavia. Pierre Sage to Chelsea, maybe. Pierre Sage has done well, but I don't think he's done enough. I think, listen, Chelsea have been burnt by the Liam Rosenior thing. And apparently, how true this is, we don't know. But apparently, the Liam Rosenior was only appointed as Chelsea manager because Spurs had contacted him about replacing Thomas Frank. How true that is, we don't know, but that is the allegation. Spurs had contacted Liam Rosenior about replacing Thomas Frank. They were intent on replacing him and having him at Spurs, and Chelsea jumped in and kind of said, no, we want you for us, and they fast-tracked him through. I don't think the intention was that they were going to appoint Liam Rosenior yet, but they gave him an opportunity because they didn't want him to go to Spurs. Chelsea down the left-hand side. Sesko's a striker. What's that, sorry? Get Palmer on. He doesn't want to stay at Chelsea no more. He wants United. Cole Palmer's not going United. Cole Palmer's not going United, Dan. There's no way Cole Palmer's going United. For a kick-off, United, I don't know even where they'd play him. They've got Mason Mount, they've got Bruno Fernandes. I mean, assuming one of them was to leave, I still really don't know where United would play him. He's a right winger, he's not a number 10, Cole Palmer. He needs to play off the right. I mean, calling him a winger's probably a stretch, but he's a player who plays off the right and drifts in. He's not a player who's in the number 10. And United have got loads of wingers. They don't need it. They've got Dorgu, they've got Ahmad, they've got Mbermo, they've got Cunha. They don't need wingers, United. Calvert-Lewin with the header, that one. That was a massive, massive chance for Leeds. Huge chance, really wasted. Not good enough, sadly, not good enough. CGLFC, big match in Serbia in 30 minutes. Red Star v Partizan, is it really? I've always wanted to go to that. Jimmy, won't they get rid of Dorgu, though? Do you think? I don't know. I thought Dorgu was doing really well for United before he got his injury. Obviously, he scored that wonder goal at Arsenal to, get him back in front. And I thought he would be a player that they would grow into maybe a left winger type position. He's not a left back. They signed him as a left wing back, didn't they, to play in Amarim's system. But given he's not going to be there anymore, then he probably becomes a left winger or as a backup to Cunha, possibly. He's definitely not going to be a player they have starting, but he might be a handy squad player to have around. Cole Palmer's about to enter the fray here. I expect Palmer to still be at Chelsea next season. And damn, when they go to AFCON, we need a backup plan, I think, in 2 years, right? Yeah, I know, but hang on a minute. Think about what you've just said there, Dan. Cole Palmer, how much do you think it's going to cost to get him out of Chelsea? Even with Chelsea's monetary issues, and even with him wanting to go United, let's accept that those are true. I don't think they necessarily are, but let's accept that those are true. It's still going to cost you the best part of 80 to 100 million to get Cole Palmer out of Chelsea to Man United. So 80 to 100 million, and you're saying we need a backup for the AFCON, and that's your backup, Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer and Brian Mbeumo were your two right-wing options. No. Come on. Let's not be silly. Johnny says, let's just pretend a cup final with no penny shootouts. What rules would you make for extra time? MLS shootout, same as they used to have in the MLS. You get 3 touches and you've got to shoot. You get the ball on the halfway line, you get 3 touches. That's how you do it. Long run up. Take it easy, LJ. Have a good one, mate. It would be dumb to purchase Palmer at that price, not even until we know if he gets back to form. Plus, we need so much more else with that money. Yeah, United need a lot more than just a Cole Palmer. They need a whole lot more than Cole Palmer. The only way Cole Palmer leaves is going United is if Bruno dances, in general. Sorry, Key. Oh, you don't need to apologise, mate. There's nothing to apologise for. I just didn't agree. I didn't agree that you can have Cole Palmer as a backup. Andy says, I'd rather sell to Liverpool, guaranteed starter. I don't think he is. The crazy thing is, we don't need a Cole Palmer either. Liverpool desperately need... This is going to sound rage baity, and I don't mean it to be, but I hope people take it in the spirit it's intended. We need a Garnacho more than we need a Cole Palmer. We need a player who can go on the outside of fullbacks, not someone who drifts in. That's not good enough for us. We don't need that. We've got plenty of players who get the ball and cut inside. We don't need that. We need players who can stretch fullbacks, create space for verts in the middle. Cole Palmer doesn't do that in the nicest possible way. Cole Palmer will congest the middle of the park up. He's not got pace. He's a player who glides around the pitch. He's a Morgan Rogers. He's a Phil Foden. He's not, with the greatest of respect, a Semenyo, a Doku, a Martinelli. Key, do you see Casper Hall getting a big move this summer from Bodo Glimt? No, I don't think so. I think he's suited very much to the Norwegian division. If he does get a move, then it's not going to be to like a top Premier League side. Heard it here first. Key's #1 target's Garnacho this summer. I don't know my idea. Maybe first to score 2 or 3 goals and extra time wins. You'd be here all day. You'd have to have some sort of a golden goal. Jimmy, we don't want Garnacho though, do we? No, we don't want Garnacho. We was just talking about it earlier, Jimmy, where we were saying, like, I think there is a huge upside to Garnacho. I think he is a talented player, and I think he has got ability, and I think in the right system with the right manager, someone like maybe a Simeone, someone who could parent him a little bit and be, he does make stupid decisions on and off the pitch, but someone who's just going to keep backing him I think there's talent with Garnacho. Like, real, raw talent, could be a top winger somewhere. But he's a bit of an head case, as so often the best players tend to be. Whether or not he realises that potential is another matter altogether. But there's a couple of occasions, just in this game, where he's picked the ball up and ran at the fullback and beat him every time and put a decent ball in. There's just been no one there to get on the end of it. He's just a player really lacking in confidence. And there's usually a huge upside with that, because Chelsea want to sell him. Willie Nonto's about to come on here, as is Nemecha. Ian says, what's your view, Key, on that video where the lads calling the other Liverpool fans scabs? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, mate. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's divisive nonsense. And if I'm dead honest, you're kind of accusing them of doing what you're doing anyway. Like, the lads bought tickets. They're all in the ground. You can't criticise them for buying an hot dog and a drink because it's giving the club some money. You've bought tickets at the ground, lad. You've already done it. You're doing exactly the same thing. It's just, to me, it's just nonsense. Like, I get there should be solidarity for protest and things like that, and I understand it. But for me, I think it's gone a bit too far. That bit too far, in my opinion. You've got to have solidarity, and you know, the fans protesting about the ticket prices. I get it. Like, FSG, I think we was talking about ownership earlier, and how like Chelsea fans protesting Blueco and stuff like that, and United fans regularly protesting the Glazers, and you know, Arsenal fans in the past have protested the Cronkies, and I said, like, better the devil you know. Broadly speaking, I'm quite happy with FSG. Like, they've got most of the big footballing decisions right over the years. We've won loads with them. They've redeveloped the stadium. They've built us a best-in-class training complex. FSG have done well. So protesting a ticket price rise when we're trying to compete with the very best teams in the world, like, I get it. It's hard times. You can't keep squeezing the fans. There has to be some sort of a meeting of a compromise there, but I think it's frustrating when you've got fans then going to the ground and calling other fans scabs because they're getting a hot dog at half time. Like, if you want a brew at half time, get a brew without being called a scab. Adds Andy Amanda be a good signing for someone? Well, maybe he will be. Maybe he will be. I think he could also be a big flop somewhere as well. Well said, as always. I don't know about that, mate. Questionable, but like, it's so tough, and I imagine it'll be difficult for you as well, going on Redmen and stuff like that, because I think they'll have to have a position. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it works over there, but I imagine Redmen come under a lot of pressure to kind of take the lead on that stuff. Whereas, like, I'm a Liverpool fan, I care about it, and I absolutely do, but we're not a Liverpool fan channel. I don't profess to represent Liverpool fans, whereas Redmen, I think, maybe do. So, it's got to be a very careful approach to that type of a conversation, I think. Lewis, has Salah played his last game for Liverpool? I think so, mate. Yeah, sad. Very sad to see. Mo Salah, obviously Liverpool legend. I'm sure he'll get a testimonial. Maybe he'll get a, he'll get introduced at the final game of the season against Brentford. I'd love to see him get some sort of a send off. It's very sad that he's gone out in that way. 77 minutes on the clock here. Still Chelsea 1, Leeds 0. Mikey, Redmen TV was good till they got access to pressers, then they stopped saying what they think. It's a fine balancing act, and do you know what? Like, you can't really criticise them, because I can understand they've got to. If the club are giving you like unprecedented access, and your viewers care about that unprecedented access, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. I get it. I understand it. That's a very difficult position to be in. You can't then be going out there and calling the club out and saying all this like every 5 minutes if you care about being given sort of access that other people could quite happily get. Like, if the club think you're being a dick about it, then they'll give it to someone else. That then affects red men long term. And listen, it doesn't have to be about red men. Everyone, every channel sometimes at some point faces that. Especially if they care about that type of... I think if it's a fan channel, a club channel, like, it'll never matter to me. It'll never matter on here because we're not a one club thing. We watch everyone. Watch everyone and anyone. I'm not a Liverpool fan channel. We'll never be a Liverpool fan channel. I don't care about club access. I don't want it. I don't need it. I can say what I like about the club, same as anyone else can. And I'll respect anyone's opinion who puts it across in the nicest way. Blur between fan channel and journalism. And it has blurred, hasn't it? It has. It's definitely blurred. And the weird thing is it's good. Like, it's nice because we've had fan channels become a lot more professional as a result. And, like, Christ, I mean, I'd have never said I would have had this and done this, and this is a lot more professional than I ever thought it'd be. It's still not professional necessarily. Still just a working class bloke in a studio chatting away watching footy. But, you know, it's also Sky becoming a lot more fan-centric. I'm not really all that comfortable with that, to be honest, if I'm honest. Are you going on a road trip this summer, Key? I'm not, mate. No, I was going to go to the World Cup. I was going to fly to the US, but sadly that's been kiboshed. So I'm not doing it. Instead, I'm going to do it from right here, and I'm going to be live for 81 fixtures across 39 days. And I'm not going to see my wife for 6 weeks. So that's going to be good fun. Red men handle everything on a very personal opinion basis. Yeah, fair enough. Never been told to say, what I can and can't say. I didn't expect that to be the case, but I was just, I guess, from the point that Jimmy was making, what Mikey was making, that I can understand how maybe some would have that quandary and why it would be fair, I guess, to just not say you can't say anything, but like just measure your opinions a little bit. Like, you know, don't go absolutely balls out the bath on him. If you want to criticise the club, but maybe leave a little bit of a room for a dignified retreat. You know, don't absolutely go totally for him. The wife is like, finally some peace for 39 days. Have you told your wife she's got 6 weeks away from you in the summer? She has. She's very much looking forward to it, I believe. Will you be streaming during the World Cup, Key? I am indeed, mate. Yes. Yeah. 3 a.m. Actually, well, 4 a.m. 4 a.m. is the latest fixture. Well, technically the earliest, isn't it? 4 a.m. in the morning. Egypt against Iran. I'll be there for it. Oh, but it'll be good fun. I'll be awake for it. I will be awake. I might have to have a couple of Red Bulls. Other energy drinks are available. But yeah, I'll probably have to have something like that, and I'm definitely going to have to resort my sleep out before. Ian, the stuff behind the paywall is very different to the clips. Again, I can't comment on it because I don't know. But I always respect what they do. They do good stuff. City of Northfield says, I imagine Goldbridge will be calling Neville a prat slightly less. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there'll be a study into it, but I reckon if he was probably a lot more vocal and maybe a lot more aggressive with comments before than he will be after, because they're now in bed together, effectively. Gizzy ran winning the World Cup just to see Trump's reaction. They did an Originals podcast 3 months ago where all four said Slot should go. Yeah, do you know what I was going to say? Like, I to be fair to him, to give him the credit, Mikey, I have absolutely heard those fan channels saying Slot out. And to be fair, even at press conferences, Arne Slot has been called out not just by fan channels but by journalists and said, like, how do you feel about this season and all this sort of stuff? How do you feel about the comments about how Liverpool are playing and how boring we've been and all that? And, fair play to the guy. He stood up and faced it. He said, I don't like the comments that were boring, but I agree with it. I think we have been quite boring at times, and I know why that is. Fair play. I like it. I respect it. Stop sitting on the fence, Key. No, I don't sit on the fence. I never do that. Never, ever will, never would. If you stream during those 4 a.m. streams, then fair play to you. I am, mate. Yeah, I am. I'm 81 fixtures across 39 days. First stream is Mexico, I think. Is it Mexico? Is it Mexico? Is that the game we're doing? First one? Yeah, June 11th, Mexico v South Africa, 8 p.m. And then it's South Korea v Czech Republic. Canada v Bosnia, 8 p.m. USA v Paraguay, 2 a.m. Hey, it'll be good fun. We'll all be there. Hibs down to 10 men. Key's going to entertain me on my night shift. I'll be there. World Cup being so late's good for the nights worker like me. See, I used to work nights, Ian. I used to do nights, but it was a long time ago. I've had 2 different jobs where I worked nights. I was at an hospital. I worked in the NHS for 2 years, and I used to work midnight till 8 in the morning. That was like emergency admission. So if someone came into the NHS, someone went into hospital with like a broken leg and they needed the file pulling, it was me. You had to run across a car park into like a dusty old library, pull the file, and get it digitally scanned onto a system within an hour so you could see a doctor kind of thing if you sat in A&E somewhere. That's how the NHS worked for a spell. Before all the files were actually digitised. And then... oh, that's a claim for a red, and the Metcha, it's a yellow. Yeah, I didn't think it was a red. Caicedo's gone down. And then I had another job where I worked, I was only about 18, I think first time, one of the first jobs, and I was only there for about 3 months, 12-hour shift at Fujitsu it was. And it was so grim. It was so bad. Couldn't last doing that. Fast walked, you mean? You never ran? Oh, I did. Oh, no, definitely ran. It was creepy. Definitely creepy. From 1983 to 1986, there used to be a weird rule in the Alliance Premier League. 2 points for the home win, but 3 points for an away win. Weird. From 83 to 86. I didn't know that. Very interesting, Johnny. Yeah, I never knew that, mate. Finally, a card since leaving out her from the roots no longer counts. Key, you're free tonight. Whew, what have you got in mind, Mikey? Lewis, how many jobs have you had before YouTube and TikTok? Well, there was Fujitsu, there was the NHS. And then I went into sales. I was there for pretty much 5-6 years. And then I started my own business. And I was there. I did that for 8-9 years. And then I was working in Liverpool. I had 2 years working. That was in Manchester. And I was working in Liverpool for the last 2 years. Yeah, I've had about five or six maybe. 5 or 6. 2 of them were quite brief. But the rest of them quite long term. Quiz at 8:30. Big T's defending champ. Are we cameras on, so no cheating? Graham Guthrie, I've also worked in medical records in the NHS. It's insane just how many... It's mad, innit, Graham? I'm glad. Look at us, medical records, united. Yeah, records it was tough. It was grim, that. And it used to be, like I said, dusty old libraries. And there was, like, full-on, like, rows, stacks of files we called deads. Because they actually belonged to people who were no longer alive. And they weren't ever going back into NHS, but they were kind of getting moved along. Because they had no requirement for the files anymore. But, yeah, mad. Mad. Release the Key Thomas files. Going down to the last day for Wrexham. I don't think Wrexham are going up. I think Wrexham have fluffed it by now. I think Leeds have really fluffed this today, if I'm dead honest. Been a poor performance from Leeds. Leeds will be disappointed with the FA Cup. This FA Cup semi-final turnout. Up the Blues, says James. Cheers, 3-star. Yeah, I feel like we've gone off on a tangent for the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's not been the best game, has it? Love that Chelsea kit though. Look at that retro Chelsea kit in the stands there. The old auto glass. Did you ever see any records of any players? No, nobody famous, not that I can recall. It was just fascinating stuff that you'd see in there. Because your job was to scan. You was basically looking through people's, like, personal, like, intimate medical records. Like, you see stuff that nobody should have to see. I'm talking pictures and files of people when they've gone to doctors and all sorts, and it was, like, grim. But you have to, like, your job was to look through it and scan it and order it and put it into the system so the doctor at the other end could have a look at it. So you had to have a look at it. That's how it was. It was interesting, fascinating, but mad. Did you ever see any corruption? No, not really. Not really. That was basically the job, was just to register new births, new babies. I registered a lot of people, registered them on the system, and then, yeah, put the files in. That was it. James, really like this channel. This is the first stream I've watched. Love that, James. What a guy. Really appreciate you coming in, mate. Thank you. We usually talk a lot more about football than we have today. We've kind of gone off on a tangent. Oh, Reece, the only corruption I've seen is the 115. Are City going to get punished for that this season? Key was definitely trying to steal the information. Leeds just can't get into attacking positions. They have done, though, haven't they? They have definitely got chances and had shots today, but like they've just been straight at Robert Sanchez. Caicedo's down here, and it looks a bad one. Did you get sacked? No, I didn't get sacked. I left that one because it was an agency job. It was an agency job, and it was only ever temporary. So, like, the NHS had a full-on. It was like a plan. It was like a 5-year plan that we're going to make all of the physical files of everybody. Like, if you've ever gone to the doctors in the last 20 years, you had a physical file, right? And that physical file had to be made digital so that every subsequent record could be put on just your folder on a computer. But everyone had a physical folder. So yeah, that was the job. And inevitably, if you think about it, the folders will run out. So as the folders run out, they need people like me less and less. So that's just what happened, really. Got fired for changing babies' names based on his whims. yeah. About 2008. Why is there so many babies named Fernando in St. Helens? Interesting when you have access to people stuff. It is, yeah. Well, it is. It's mega interesting. I mean, you couldn't necessarily go and, like, pull the file of someone you knew. You wouldn't be able to do that. That wasn't possible. But if someone you knew went into A&E and the thing landed on your desk, then, you know, yeah. Imagine if you were still there now and saw some of our files. I mean, I wouldn't know. I would never know. To sack Rosenior is the right decision. I don't think it is. I think Chelsea will be about where they... I mean, listen, probably in the context of this game, yes. I think if Liam Rosenior was in charge for this, they probably would have lost. 9 minutes of added time. No, 8 minutes. 8 minutes of added time. Ball floated in. If Leeds pinch something here, goodness me. Named after Fernando Alonso. Torres. Any Partick Thistle fans in the chat? At 18 to 1 shot, I just won at Musselburgh. Oh, right, lovely. Deludation is here. 4 deserving semi-finalists. I hope Chelsea win the FA Cup. St. Helens has more Fernandos and Cristianos than ever before in 2008. Lou, can't wait for the apology for Everton again. The thing is, Lou, I agree with you, Lou. I absolutely agree. I watched that back today and I saw the handball. It was a handball. It should have been a penalty. And that's for me as a Red, an Everton fully stamped member of the Everton hating club. But yeah, you should have had a pen. But I don't think it necessarily changed the game because you scored like a couple of minutes after the penalty didn't get given. You scored. So you kind of got the goal and you still threw it away. So Everton didn't play well enough to get anything out of that game yesterday. It was negative. And to be fair, listening to what Toffee TV said and all that sort of stuff, they've all been quite critical of David Moyes. Would retrospective points work if there was a mistake in terms of goals being ruled out wrongly? No, because you could never say what's going to happen. Goals change games, right? There's been lots of times where teams have scored and then, like, let's say, for example, we all watched Rochdale and York yesterday, right? Let's say the Rochdale goal gets disallowed and then retrospectively we find out it should have stood. If it got disallowed, the chances are the York goal doesn't happen, does it? Because York don't need to score. So then the game finishes 0-0. A panel looks at that game and decides, oh, actually, the Rochdale goal should have stood, so we're going to award Rochdale 2 points or 3 points. Maybe we're going to give them the game. Therefore, that means Rochdale win the league. But actually, we know, having scored that goal, York went up the other end and got their equaliser. So goals change games in a way we can never quite understand. Bogle has clocked Neto in the face there, and honestly, I think we should be getting a red card for Pedro Neto for that play acting. What is Pedro Neto doing there? He's gone down holding his face. The referee knows there's nothing wrong with him at all. Nothing at all wrong with him. Key, when do you expect Liverpool to challenge again? With many players leaving, do you not worry that it require many more signings and time to get used to the league? Yeah, we won't win next season. We won't challenge next season. We might challenge the year after. It's not going to be next season. Shahid, come on Leeds, do something, anyone. Sarah, oh my, news just came up, a York player's being investigated for punching a fan. Have you not seen that, Sarah? Did you not see it? Boateng, his name was. He ran over and went bang, full on, cracked this fan. Absolutely smashed this Rochdale fan. Absolutely jawed him. He won't play again, I'm telling you. He'll be done. York City, there'll be a big ban for him, because it wasn't just like a... He smashes this fan full on in the face. Prince Rupert, I'm starting to think you're right about Everton not getting Europe now. Key, shocking defeat yesterday. Poor performance again, wasn't it? And yeah, all the criticism seems to be aimed at Moyes. Bryn, do you think we should move on from Moyes to someone who can take us further? Key, I said it at the start of the season, Bryn. I really thought Moyes would be gone by the end of the year. I did say by Christmas. I said by Christmas I think Moyes will be gone. And I said I think because what will happen is his football's a little bit dour. And you can go back and look at videos from August where I said this. I said his football's a little bit dour. Everton have got these shiny new owners, shiny new stadium. They'll want a shiny new manager who can play progressive attacking football and give them some more attacking impetus. Someone like an Iraola. Maybe they wouldn't get Iraola because maybe his star's gone a bit too high now. Maybe he'd be more inclined to join a Chelsea. But you know what I mean? Someone like that, a young, progressive thinking manager. A Fabian Herzler before he went to Brighton. An Iraola before he went to Bournemouth. That's the sort of manager I think Everton wants. They don't want... He was called a dinosaur. I don't want to be disrespectful to Moyes. I think Moyes is a great manager. But he was called a dinosaur in a few Everton fan channel videos I saw yesterday. And, yeah, his approach to football's questionable when they need to get a win. Like, he's very good at taking him away to Old Trafford and getting results in big games against Chelsea's and Arsenal's and stuff like that. He tend to approach them games well. But teams where they should be beating, Everton against West Ham, Everton against, Leeds, and Everton against these types of games, don't think Moyes does enough, to be honest. James, why the hell is the UK so warm right now? It's Manchester v Liverpool next week. The red sides are playing, the blue skies are playing. I'm telling you, both of these are draws. It's a negative mindset when it matters the most. That's it. Yeah, he seems so scared to risk it and rather would take a draw so it's not a loss. And that's built in, baked in, isn't it? That's how he thinks. And he's a great manager. There's no knocking David Moyes, but I think he is probably going to have to move on from Everton for them to really progress. João Pedro's going off here for Chelsea. There's only 60 seconds left. It's been a really disappointing FA Cup semi-final, to be honest. I would have thought Chelsea would have... Well, I would have thought Leeds would have had a bloody good go at Chelsea. They just haven't. They haven't. Leeds have been incredibly timid. Timid is the word I'm going to use. Kia's always proposed Amorim to Everton. Yes, Amorim. Ruben Amorim to Everton. Yes, he's dying to come back to the Premier League game. He's got a massive point to prove, and I think he would massively suit Everton. Ruben Amorim to Everton. I'm not saying that as a wind-up. Genuinely, I think he would really, really take to Everton, and they'd like him. He's prickly. I think he'd come in and say things in press conferences about, Everton being a proper club and Liverpool and all that, and they'd love all that, Evertonians. They'd absolutely love Ruben Amorim. And the fact that United hate him as well, not hate him, but he didn't quite work out at United. Everton would be like, yeah, well, he's ours. They would absolutely go for him. I'm telling you. I think Ruben Amorim to Everton. Watch out for it. We're still 3 or 4 signings away from competing for top 4, 6. I think you'd prefer a few more than that, mate. You need a centre forward for the start. I think you need a couple of centre backs. Branthwaite going down. Michael Keane's not a starter. Leeds knock it long. Is there going to be one final chance in this game? If Leeds were to get anything here, it's a proper smash and grab. They don't deserve anything. I want to see Amorim back. Ruben Amorim to Chelsea. From what I've seen today from Chelsea, not worried one bit when we play them a week tomorrow. No, well, Leeds have got the goalkeeper forward here. Lucas Perry's gone forward. It's going to be a long throw into the box. This is the final chance for Leeds. The final kick of the game. Long throw in. Sanchez comes for it. He's off his line. Nonto, got to get the ball in. You've got to get it in. You've not got time. Not good enough. And it's out for the throw in, I think. And that should be it. It is. Chelsea are in the final. Leeds have absolutely fluffed it. Dreadful from Leeds United, I've got to say. James says this is the only stream I've seen where there's not an overwhelming amount of Leeds fans. To be honest, mate, we watch this is what we do on this channel every day. We watch football together every single day. And Chelsea-Leeds was our fixture today. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Man United-Brentford. Tuesday we're going to be live for PSG v Bayern. Wednesday, Atletico Madrid v Arsenal. Thursday, Nottingham Forest v Aston Villa. And then Friday, we're back again with Leeds against Burnley. So, thanks everyone. Really appreciate everyone in the chat. Lots of love. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will see you all tomorrow night. I'll be back about 7:30 for Man United against Brentford. Come on, the Bees. That's what we need tomorrow. A big United defeat tomorrow. And then Liverpool can go into the Liverpool-United game next week. A win takes us 3 points clear of them. Right, have a good one. Take it easy, everyone.